That dumb no. No. My sister, she the oldest,
Yes, we
we
are
get spray
voice
cheese.
live.
And I was like, I really want to make nachos because we that's what we did a lot because we always had like shredded American cheese. And like like jars of olives or jars of jalapenos or whatever, you know. Uh,
Mhm.
so nachos were a regular thing. Well, I think we were out of shredded cheese, but I saw my sister's spray cheese, and I was like, oh, I'll make nachos with that. Spray cheese doesn't melt.
No.
Nope.
It's already as melted as it can be, Panda.
Yep. It don't melt.
Hey, they put a lot of work into making sure that texture is the texture it would always have, no matter what you did to it.
Yeah. Well, in the event of a zombie apocalypse, or like if you run out of silicone caulk, you can use spray cheese to seal your windows up to keep the bad gases out.
Do you say silicone caulk?
Caulk.
Oh, caulk. Okay.
That's one of those words that
Yeah.
But I always
Silicone.
overpronounce the L because I'm like, it sounds identical to like alternative to penis. If you don't say it right.
Yeah. Not the Yeah, I keep one of those things in my toolbox, and the other one next to my window repair tools. Or something.
God.
Stupid.
Yeah.
The Clicky Clacky dispenser, not the adult toy.
Right.
But yeah.
I know this is going to trigger somebody to look it up. Does anybody know why Cheese Whiz is called Cheese Whiz?
I wish I had that knowledge off the top of my head. That would be wonderful.
It was made in the
'cause I would
50s.
just
I'd end
throw
the
it
call.
in there.
I would end
It
the
was
call
made
if you popped
so
out
when
with
they
that.
sprayed it, they were like, "Gee whiz!"
Just
I was
popped
like,
off with why
it
Cheese
might
Whiz
be
is called Cheese Whiz.
G Whiz, but like also like kid like calling things like wizard or whatever like that, or
Oh yeah, the Cheese Whiz.
like
instant cheese.
golly gee or G Whiz was the thing, so Cheese Whiz or something like that. I can see it just being close, you know.
So when I was like a little kid, all the white people I grew up around were also very poor, and they didn't say like the classic white people curse words, like gee whiz or good golly or any of that stuff. Did any of y'all know people who said that kind of thing? Did y'all have vintage white
yes.
people curse words?
Old white people. The older
vintage.
white people when I was a kid, the true boomers. There's a lot of boomers we call boomers that aren't quite boomers. These were the real boomers.
Or we usually call like the young boomers that, but
To answer your question, no, I never had anybody do
Trying to
that.
think of one
I
other
didn't say
expletives.
those around my household. They just
I'm
did normal
scared.
curses.
I'm scared to say it because I don't know if it means something.
or like dad gum.
Yeah, but apparently there's one that's in my family on my
I've heard
mother's
of that,
side
but
called Poocha Loogie. Well, Poocha
I have
Loogie.
never heard of that.
Nope, me. But outside of
Yep.
our family, nope.
Well, I don't know.
I
Guess
know.
you're gonna be canceled now, Panda. I'm
Yeah,
joking.
like-
We'll learn. We might learn.
That's what they used to call the Irish immigrants. And it was like, oh fuck.
That ain't what they called
No!
the dog.
Ah, shit. But no, wait, they were Irish. That means it's fine, right? Oh, no.
I mean,
learned
if
it
you're
from
Irish, then I
there.
guess you could do that. But I mean, I don't know. if I
Tiny
would.
bit. Not a lot. Not enough.
I'm not- I don't know, man.
I
I've
know
never heard that though.
I've accidentally said one because I was animating. If you were to hit somebody upside the head and you would do a noise effect with it, but it stands for without papers. So if you take the first letter of those, W-O-P. So I was going,
I'm
phonetically
sure-
I get
saying
what you're
it
saying.
as I was
I was
animating.
like, I was
And
still
then
on
somebody
vintage
turned to me,
white
they're
people
like, you
curse
gotta be
words.
careful who you say that to. And I was like,
You're
What do you
talking
mean?
about.
yeah,
Irish
and they're
slurs.
like,
yeah.
that's without paper. And I was like, oh, I didn't know that was a thing. I didn't know. That's a sound effect, my dude.
I guess this goes in the junk drawer.
So
I
you've
didn't
never have you ever gotten like a relative to say like geez Louise That's a
My
classic.
mom says that.
Yeah, geez Louise.
Ah, there we go.
My
To this
mom
day,
is
my
probably
mom
the
says,
closest
"Jeez Louise."
one to do that, but
That's a vintage white people expletive, man. That's one of them. Yeah, I didn't grow up with that one.
Ah, jeez. Ah, jeez. Yeah.
Did you, you guys watch any of Josh Johnson's stand up?
A little bit.
Many minutes
Yeah.
of Josh Johnson. Yes.
He always uploads while we're live,
Many
so I
much
don't get
minutes.
to watch him until
I
after.
know.
But God, he's so funny. There was one that because he usually has like full sets or whatever that get uploaded, but then there'll be like shorts uploaded, and one of the shorts was talking about it was about like the quote unquote first time he saw a white person. Now it's obviously not the first time he ever saw one, but it's the first time he remembered seeing one. And he has to prelude that story with a story of how he was at like a family gathering and his whole family's black, and he had a cousin who was just acting up, just running around knocking stuff over. People were telling him to chill out, sit down, stop knocking stuff over, whatever. And at one point he was running by, and his grandma did that quick snatch up, where they get that old lady quickness where they just bam, they just get him. She grabbed him by the back of his shirt and says through her teeth, "If you don't settle down, I'm gonna slap the black off you." And so then fast forward to him seeing a white kid when he's at school, and he's just like, it can happen. I guess I gotta be extra nice to him because obviously stuff is not going well at home. That shit had me fucking dying. I was like, that is such kid logic, dude. Holy fuck. Like, oh shit. Okay, I better behave. But yeah.
Yeah. I love the
good shit.
The Reddit threads that are like, I have a child and they saw their first brown person. Of course, he asked him why you look like that. And it made me think of all the ones that I've heard. Apparently, the guy was being funny. It's like, my mama left me in the oven too long, or something like that. Making a joke out of it.
Yeah.
Shit like that. I forget what it's from, but it's like, why are you brown? It's like, because God loves me more than you. Or something like that. Because it was somebody way too old be asking, why are you brown?
Jesus.
I was like, damn, that's a good one.
Well, hello, people who are or are not here. We are or are not here.
We have a choice.
Currently. I ain't never
Panda, you're already here.
I've been reading an article about the creation of Cheese Whiz and many things, and not to confuse Cheese Whiz with spray cheese, which is actually easy cheese. And also you can use Cheese Whiz to get grease out of your clothes, and they made a Cheese Whiz milkshake for some reason at one point.
What is it? Spiffy Joe?
I don't-
Hell no.
I don't know.
I ain't never eating that shit again. What the fuck?
Cheese that gets grease out?
Yeah.
Hold
What
on.
the fuck?
Guys,
No,
I posted
sir.
the article in the Discord, and this is my plug for the Discord. Join the Discord. But I posted the article. It is fascinating.
There is no shot. No shot in hell. I am never eating cheese.
This
Whiz.
satire?
That scares the shit out of me. I almost asked how, and I don't know that I want to know. I don't.
Wait,
What is-
Cheese
what
Whiz
is
not
science
the
done?
spray one?
No.
No, that is
Cheese Whiz?
easy
That's
cheese.
easy cheese.
Easy
Oh.
cheese is the spray.
The
Cheese
cheese-
Whiz is the
yeah,
stuff that
is
comes
the
in
jar.
a can
That
Yeah,
goes
okay.
on
or a jar.
some
technically,
Philly
yes.
cheesesteaks, depending on who's.
Yes.
Okay. Well, I was talking
Who's
about
arguing
earlier
with
with
or
my
whatever
sister.
you like.
It was easy cheese then, not or spray cheese, not a jar of.
You said spray cheese. So yeah. You
Did I? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I brought up Cheese Whiz because I was thinking of because I was asking about the name, and then
Yeah.
and then that made me think of old white people expletives. That I was like, man, I didn't get those when I was a kid. I thought they were just in cartoons.
How is this
But,
different than any like nacho cheese though? Then
It gets grease out of your fucking clothes. What do you mean? How is it different?
That's true.
Apparently, once upon a time, it contained real cheese, and now it no longer does. It was also created by a food scientist from the Kraft Corporation in like
Food
the early
scientist.
1900s. Yes. Okay. Look, I read this whole article.
Was he the
So
cheese
much
wizard? Was it
about
named after
Cheese
him?
Whiz, but there's not the name origin in there, which is really frustrating because there's a lot of info about Cheese Whiz.
Once upon a
That
time,
I've
it
learned.
contained cheese.
And they don't
It's
know when
wild.
it stopped containing cheese. But that's why cheese isn't spelled right. It has a Z in it instead of being spelled like
It's
cheese.
Chez.
Because they can't,
Call it
mislead
cheese.
you that there's actually cheese in there.
It sounds like a fucking lore drop that you have to give to your like great grandchildren after like aliens have bombed the world out and shit. And they're like, hey, great elder, what is this? We can't read the old text. He says, yes, child, that is the cheese whiz. Once upon a time, it used to have cheese in it, but now, no more of that.
No cheese,
That's
only
why it
whiz.
lasts so long. Here, let me see your shirt. You see this stain here?
Oh.
Like, the fuck? Why did we get so much Cheese Whiz lore? Not
It
a
was in
sponsor.
the article.
Yeah, even on the wiki, it doesn't.
because I had to read a whole article about it, and I still don't know why it's named that.
Cheese
Okay,
Whiz, if you
there's an
sponsor
AI
us, I
thing,
will
but I
write a
don't
whole
trust it.
campaign about Cheese
I
Whiz.
don't trust AI answers for anything.
Like, I'll read
on
it.
Google.
But it doesn't seem like okay, because it doesn't like give a reason why it's named that either. It's like how it came to be. Cheese was his name, which, while seemingly American, actually stems from its British origins. And the dish it was intended to replace Welsh rarebit. I thought it was said rabbit at first because of my reading comprehension, but it's rarebit.
Oh.
The product was designed as a quick and easy substitute for the traditionally time-consuming process of melting cheese for the Welsh rarebit, a dish of a toasted bread with melted cheese.
It don't even take that long to melt cheese, dog.
I mean, I guess it depends on the cheese.
I guess
You
I
said
guess
that
it's
was an
like- maybe
AI
like a sharp
answer,
cheese.
right?
Yeah, that was the
So-
AI answer.
Hold
That's
on.
probably right.
I believe in the article it did mention the rare bit. Hold on.
Welcome to the Unnatural Ones
Maybe not.
playthrough where we deep dive
yes,
random
okay.
bullshit instead of playing TTRPGs.
To attract a British audience, Kraft directed their efforts to making a cheese for beloved dish, Welsh rarebit, also called Welsh rabbit. Popular snack consists of a slice of toast covered in melted cheddar cheese. Yeah. So
It's
there
funny
you
that
go.
I had
And,
heard Welsh rabbit before. I've heard it.
yeah.
I've heard of that.
Pre-melted mild cheese in a jar was perfect for this dish, won the hearts of British rabbit lovers over in its 1952 debut. And a year later, it
revolutionary.
was released in the United States.
Putting melted cheese on bread. Oh my god.
I
What
know,
the fuck?
right?
Oh, only here, guys. Yeah.
Guys, I didn't know I was dining on British cuisine at age 8.
Right?
Where I was rummaging through my cabinets and going like, okay, I got bread, what do I got in the fridge? Brick of cheddar. I can make this work.
Fucking cheese toast.
Throw that shit in the
British
microwave.
cuisine,
Because I know how to push buttons, and they won't let me use the stove again.
So, guys,
we should probably
food
play
is
Game.
yeah, food's another thing we could talk all day about. So,
That's
Yeah.
true. That's true. All right, get your faces ready. I don't know if they're in the right spot or nothing, so I guess deal with it.
Yeah.
They're not. They are not in the right spot. Okay,
Yeah, that happens.
we'll fix that shortly. Now they're in the right spot. All right, cool. Look at that. One thing I did do is I completely forgot to. Well, I completely forgot to actually open Roll20. So give me a second. See, yeah, look at that. Look at that. Oh my god, games. Holy shit. I forgot to open Roll20 in Firefox to actually do the one that chat can see. So we're
yes.
working on that now. Alright, should be up now. And then I just gotta fix the other box thingamajig. I can't fucking believe we just got all that cheese whiz lore. I'm like genuinely upset. I can't fucking.
I even friggin' put Cheese Whiz Lore as a hashtag on our Blue Sky post just because I could.
I mean, why
Fuck
not?
is that? Where the hell is the thing?
Oh,
Opening
no.
chat. There it is. Done. There we go. There's our setup. Whew. All right. Cool. So, yeah, we You guys left that village or something last time. This doesn't look right.
We did. And it's going to take us 6 days to get to where we need to be.
Yep. Now, even though you have officially gotten there, I do need to explain to Lamia, or to Giselle, about Lamia, given that she finally got some sleep. That's been a minute. You spent the blood points so that you could do so and actually recover some health, which is great. It's nice to recover. However, when you finally get comfortable enough and close your eyes and maybe do some breathing exercises to sort of slow down your heart rate and eventually pass into sleep, you find yourself in a both familiar and unfamiliar scene. Familiar in the fact that you can hear Eli and Sam, you hear Hattie, you hear shouting. Familiar because you think you recognize the natural stone ground that you're lying on. Familiar that you have this burning pain in your throat and chest. And familiar in this sensation of desperately wanting to draw breath, but you can't. You can't move. You can't even move your eyes. Nothing. You're laying there watching as this massive puddle of red blood expands out around you. No person was ever meant to be conscious for this experience. That you're not supposed to feel pain when you're dead, effectively, because at this point you're pretty sure you were dead by now, but it's like you're having to relive this moment as if it continued, as if your spirit stayed in your body, as if your consciousness continued to dwell. The pain persists. The pressing desire to move, to help your friends, to do something still persists. You hear Hattie shout in pain. You hear an explosion as a spell goes off. The whole set of events replays with you unable to move or act in any way. And the pain only seems to grow. It's almost like you're suffocating, but you never lose consciousness. It's very unpleasant. Eventually, when after it all dies down, you hear footsteps rapidly approaching. You turn over, looking straight up, and you see Sam's face. He goes a little bit pale, obviously quickly, wrestles with your armor, starts trying to work on you. And as brief as that seemed to be, it seems to have encompassed the entire night, because right about the time that you can see the horror on his face as he realizes that you can't be saved, that's when you wake up.
Cool.
However you feel mentally about all of that is one thing, but at the very least, bodily, you feel refreshed, maybe a bit jittery, like maybe you had a hit of adrenaline all of a sudden, and then are kind of having the crash, but you eventually recover from that. And yeah, some of your wounds were not as bad as you thought. Some are just little bruises that you know will go away in time. You're otherwise fine. But cool. So that's what you get to look forward to whenever you go to sleep.
Yeah.
So yeah. So that goes on. The past 6 days, because you obviously are going straight to the next town. Because you weren't hunting, because that would make you go half speed.
Yeah.
Cool. So you make it to Bayan, the city where they grow rice. Any particular errands you want to run, or are you going to immediately go try to find Yvain?
Can we get me an ox? Not
You're
even to
asking me?
keep, but you know, for a drink.
Are you asking me, or are you asking the party?
The party.
Okay.
At some point, she's gonna have to multi-class into rogue because she's gonna have to sneak onto these farms and start drinking.
This
All
is
right?
our last level, bro. We're done.
Yeah, yeah. I mean what I say.
He said, yeah, he said what he said.
You heard what I say.
I heard what you said.
I mean, if you need to stop, you need to stop. I understand.
Yeah, get you something that
Things
runs
if we
better
need-
like mile per gallon.
Do you want an ox specifically, or are you talking about a yak?
We're talking about a large animal.
Yes, a large animal that likely I can drain more than 1 blood point from.
Uh-huh.
Without potentially completely murdering it. Well, even if we do, I guess it's fine.
Okay. Let's see. You can do that. Where did its stats go? There it is. Ugh. I think they were. Where the hell did price go? I had it open earlier, but of course I rebooted my shit, so.
Oh, there's a river near here. Sam, you want to fish me a fish?
There is a river that goes through Bayonne.
Fish you a fish.
Yeah,
I
depending
mean,
on how
that
much
is the
time you wanna
technical
spend.
term, isn't it?
Kinda, yeah. There is a river that runs through Bayonne, so if you want to just take time and fish, depending on how much
Yeah,
time
we're gonna
you
have a
spend on it,
city
you might be able to
fish.
find a lot of them. Well, you're not going to be eating it, right?
Yeah, it's true, but
And this isn't like a modern city, so Bayonne is actually
that's also true. Yeah.
pretty. It's pretty small.
Yeah, you're not pulling like, sunfish and perch out of a storm gutter.
Like, look, dude, I saw a guy.
Yeah.
I think it's some on South Side. It's one big main street past a May, in between May and Penn, basically. You know, one of those big concrete runoff things, fishing in it. And he had a bucket of fish that he had caught. And I'm like,
Okay.
I'm like,
You know, you
we've
do
had a
you.
lot of rain,
Yeah, I
so
was gonna say,
they're
especially with all the
decently
rain.
healthy in the last number of time. But like,
Yeah.
I'm sure it's overflow from some lake or river or something like that.
Yeah,
It's,
Oklahoma's
yeah.
crazy though, so never know. I saw a
But
video of a dude who like noodled a gar out of a casino.
I saw
parking
that too.
lot. Okay, like come on.
Fuck. Nope.
It
That's
was a baby, but still.
man, you risking your fingers. Anyway, so you guys. So yeah, Bayonne has less than 3,000 people. Also, constant rains in Setsegia, and you do see other people fishing in this river. They're not like right in the middle of the city, right? They're kind of near on the outskirts and stuff. But you do see some people fishing or like teaching their kids to fish, that kind of thing. So you know you can catch something.
Yeah.
But
It would be cheaper,
Yeah, I'll catch a
Significantly.
bunch of fish.
and it shouldn't take you too long because of your amazing skills and
I see.
not
butter
because
me
your
up.
item.
Yeah, butter me up.
Yeah, and fish don't
Butter
like look
this
at you
bean
like,
up.
why are you doing this to me? They just kind of flop around.
yeah,
I did
lucky
buy a
for you,
fishing
they
pole
don't get to talk
recently.
back. Yeah, but you have a better fishing pole.
No, I mean in real life.
Oh, okay, yeah. I don't know why you did that, but okay.
Because it was collapsible, and I was like, "Ooh, yeah, I'm gonna try that."
So tell me how much. Give me like an idea of like how much time you're planning to fish, or like how many fish are you trying to catch? Like one of the two. Or I probably need both numbers, honestly.
Yeah. Well, are we staying here today? I assume we're staying the day as well.
Yeah, because we're definitely gonna go to Yovane.
And we're finding Yovane. And I feel like I need to explain to him and give him the materials and tell him what I want. But y'all can do that too. But
I mean, I don't know what you want. I mean, David knows. Eli wasn't paying attention.
I mean, I already got Hattie. I don't need anything else. That can be said in character to get me brownie points. No.
Okay, so one thing we could do is get like one fish for now, and then once we visit with Yovane and talk and get everything communicated, we could get me more fish after.
Yeah, I'll
And do brownie points, can you turn those in and get things like the giant coin that we got or other various magical items from brownies? Is that how that works? They're like
that
tickets?
would be nice. If I was running a game, definitely.
You met brownies, you didn't ask.
Yeah.
So I don't know what to tell you.
That's why he got the coin. Is he had a lot of he held a lot of doors open for people back in where he's from.
That is true.
Delancha, thank you.
Yeah.
I'm like, what's the
I
name
would
of it?
say that you were a polite young
Yeah.
gentleman for the most part, so you probably did, yeah.
And at that point, I hadn't killed anybody's soul. But yeah, I'll spend like an hour fishing, I guess.
An hour? Alright.
Yeah, because I think an hour will get me more than one.
That's
Like,
right up there with I've been to
potentially.
the moon.
Like, hey, look,
Nell poll is up.
I'm theorizing. In a span of like 30 minutes, I bet I could catch like 4 fish if fish are biting. Like, it's one of those things like I could be out here for hours and not catch a damn thing. Because of
Or you can
reasons.
show up to a lake in 30
And just,
minutes,
like,
have a bucket
as
full
soon
of
as you
fish
put
and
the
be like,
as soon as
"That
you
was
put the
weird."
bait in, it's coming right back out.
Yeah.
Because I've fished like that too. It's
Yeah.
nuts sometimes.
Fish are dumb.
Yeah. I mean,
Not in that their intelligence is low, but that they're
Yeah,
random
yeah.
as crap is what I meant.
Yes. Yeah.
They'll just they just be doing shit. But okay.
they be doing stuff.
Cool. So you're gonna spend an hour fishing. What are the other two of you gonna fish, or like are all y'all doing something else?
Oh, heavens no.
I'm willing to try, but I don't think I have a fishing rod.
I'll let her use mine and show her how it's done.
Oh, do you have
Teach,
2 of them?
Fish.
I believe.
Catch
I had the
Alami
one
to
that I
fish.
had, and then
She
I
eats
got
for a
this nice
day.
one.
Teach Alami to fish. She stops bugging you to fish for her.
Or did I give that? Did I give the?
Oh, you left the
I think I
other
left
one.
the other one. Yeah, because
So
I
you
didn't
didn't have a
my
fishing
thing.
rod because you
Yeah.
took this one.
Yep.
Okay.
So she need a pole and then a fishing
Damn
kit or
your
whatever.
charitable soul.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, you could just like go with them anyway and just like help grab the damn
Yeah.
thing and start gutting it or whatever. And
Yeah, that basically Lombi will be just sitting by him,
it
waiting.
won't actually be an aid; it'll just be there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Moral sport.
Moral sport.
Okay.
Got me into a
So
bridge
then-
console.
Plus 2 fishing. Yeah.
That's
Okay.
pretty well.
So Eli, what are you up to then?
He's deciding that I'll be right back.
We're in Bayon, right?
Correct. Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to use my affable diplomacy to gather info and just kind of I want to just know about what's been going on in Bayon, just be asking people, what's current events, things like that.
Okay. Anything more specific, or just General.
Very vague intentionally, yeah, because I
Yeah,
just
sure.
want to put my ear to the ground, so to speak.
okay? Go ahead and give me the diplomacy.
Where did my character sheet go? I closed it. Why would I do that? That was stupid. It's because I meant to close the extra Zoom window that pops up every time I open Zoom for some reason, and I hit the wrong button.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Diplomacy.
Nice. 30. All right, and give me
32
a
because
1d4.
the +2, by the way.
Correct. 32, and then I need the D4 for
There it
time.
is.
2 hours. Okay. Nice. So you'll so you're walking around gathering info for quite a while. Some of it's a little bit difficult just because like you're personable enough and people are polite enough and whatnot. But it's not an issue of just like no one wants to talk to you, whatever. But people seem kind of busy because you showed up here like right around midday ish, where you think you might have just missed when everybody had stopped to maybe take a break in the middle of the day to like eat lunch or go home, take a nap, whatever they were doing, and they're all like kind of getting back to their daily tasks. But you know, over time, you do find bits and pieces of information. One of the major things that you hear is happening is apparently they're expecting to have a pretty large military contingent move through here at one point from west heading east. So you can tell that there's a lot of people scrambling to make space and make quarter for soldiers. Because it's just not a very big. This is not a very big city. It would be.
Right.
It's more like a large town, really.
Yeah. Be glad that we have the Fourth Amendment. Everybody, if they were trying to attack the Fourth Amendment, don't let them, because that's why they can't just quarter soldiers in your house.
Yep.
So yeah.
Yep.
That's great.
Yes, Setsegi does not have that. So
Yeah.
So yeah, people are like preparing for that because they did get like they at least got advanced warning, right?
That's nice.
They've received like runners and stuff that have come up and whatnot to be like, hey, make room. So you can tell that that's some of what the scramble is. You can also tell there's a lot of like merchants and whatnot that are trying to offload goods and leave. Which you would know it's not necessarily a thing of they're not like afraid of the military. It's not like a sign of being like corrupt or anything like that. They just don't want their goods requisitioned. so they're like, okay, I'm gonna sell as much shit as I can and get the fuck out of here before they're like, hey, that stuff would be really useful for the war effort. You know, you wanna help provide for the soldiers protecting your country, and they're like,
Don't you want to be a patriot? Yeah.
They don't want to.
There's a requisition like a. We'll buy you these products this set amount, and you're going to sell them to us at this amount.
Yes.
Or is it we're taking these kind of requisition?
It's definitely the first one, right?
Okay.
Like they can obviously donate things and whatnot, but it's going to depend on like the commander and their subordinates how polite or kind they are about that, right?
Yeah. And you know you're never getting like market price for stuff that's getting wrecked. You're getting whatever the lowest price possible is.
Yeah.
Military grade means whatever the cheapest thing you can buy is.
Pretty much. So for them, you know, it's like if you're dealing with like a kind military personnel in this case, I'm not talking about real life at all. In this case, you know that they're going to give you the fairest price they can on their budget, which is probably still not as much as the stuff is worth. If they're not, then they are going to go as low as they possibly can without ruining their reputation and pissing everybody off. And even then, they might still not care if they piss you off. So they have a good reason to want to be like offload and bounce, right? Or at the very least offload anything that they think would get requisitioned and then donate for like to curry favor, whatever stuff they don't mind losing, right?
Paul, we got to get the hell out of here. Why? The guy's eyeing my tomatoes.
That or maybe they have illegal drugs too. Like that could happen too.
Yeah.
You don't find out all that even with a 32. But you can tell that's the thing that's happening. They apparently don't expect them to be here for maybe another couple of days at least. But that's not a lot of time, realistically, to like, especially if they were planning on being there a while or whatever. So you know that's kind of the big thing going on. But you do find out that apparently some foreigner had shown up. You find this out mostly from the merchants. Mostly from the merchants, you find out some foreigner had shown up a few days ago and pretty much took over some old so-and-so's workshop that he hadn't used in a long time or whatever. Like paid him to rent it and whatnot, and has pretty much been holed up in there. But apparently he sold a lot of his possessions to them. And so like the couple of merchants you talk to that kind of bring this up are a little bit annoyed about it because like they bought all this like cool stuff or whatever that he was selling. they don't know what he's trying to pay for, but like, you know, clothes, and he had like some jewelry and some just like gems and other stuff. Some things from Benhio, where he's from, and you know, like they just kind of name a bunch of like random trinkets and whatnot that they're like, yeah, this stuff will turn a profit. But they're like, now they're like, well, shit, we can't offload it here. We just got it from him, so now we have to like hurry up and rush off to this stuff. We can't even go west like we want to. We got to head east and hope we can sell it now. And anyway, they're just kind of fussing about it, but you get a pretty good idea that this is Yovane they're talking about.
Okay.
Yeah, so vain.
A quick inquiry about like what he sold or whatever, because I imagine you might be checking in on that, and they're quite desperate to sell some of this stuff, so they'd obviously show you, because there might be some alarm bells when they're like, yeah, he had some like some armor pieces, whatever. Like, oh god, please tell me he didn't sell the shit we gave him and fuck us over. That's gonna be a whole thing. But pretty quickly you find that none of it is your belonging. It's just stuff you don't recognize. It was definitely didn't belong to Sam or Lamia. And they're not complete sets of armor. It's like a set of gauntlets or boots or like a helmet. Just think like different pieces like that he could just kind of hawk for whatever reason.
Gotcha.
But yeah, you find out that he's apparently still in town. And they point you to like the warehouse that he's at if you want to go pester him, or if you know him or whatever. And what was the last thing? Okay, yeah. 32 total, right? I'll give you remind me in case I forget, because I'm scatterbrained. There's one more thing, and I'll give that to you after we handle the other stuff. It'll be like the last bit. Cool. So to the fishing.
Yeah, I'm ready.
River
I'm ready.
fishing.
I can't have it all the way on screen,
Right.
because it's collapsing. This is the coolest thing about it, is that this also collapses, so you can get a really long grip on it to really with it.
And so
The
you only
technical
have
term.
so you have survival, and you have only profession farmer, right? Not like profession fisherman.
Yeah, I think we're just doing survival.
We were.
And you were, but
Yeah, like if you
If you
had
wanna-
profession fisherman, it would work better for the specific task. But that's fine. Cool. Let me see. Got it. All right, go ahead and roll your survival.
Rod.
35. Sheesh.
I know fish are animals, but I'm not using it in this sense. I don't think this is a specific This is different. I think different enough to not.
I think we applied it last time, but it does seem like it's a little odd.
Yeah.
We set a precedent. We applied it last time, so we'll apply it here.
Yeah.
So
it'd be
it's just a 39.
4. Yeah.
Yeesh. Okay.
How much luck do we have?
There's a way to find out.
And do we have viewers? No. Wait, we do have a viewer, but they're trying to sell us bots. Get the out of here.
He's dead.
Go ass out of here.
No, I'm not. If there were people in here that were our sugar parents, then I would.
See how he exploits you guys?
Yeah.
All right.
Sugar parents. That's the.
I mean, yeah. I get, but no.
Sugar guardian. May I have sugar patron?
39 is insane.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
Why are you making that face, Giselle? You're
She's
muted.
thinking about the terminology I'm using.
No,
She's also muted.
You're muted. Yeah,
Yeah.
we can't hear you.
Oh!
Still
I
muted.
did not think I was
way
muted.
funnier. when it was muted.
I don't understand.
Like a sugar daddy or sugar mama,
But
it's
How, how they
neutral.
treat our viewers for luck.
Oh, okay. I guess.
Well, 39 is still ridiculous.
Yes, I agree.
Does it catch me at least one fish per hour?
We're only there for an hour, Panda.
Definitely at least one. So with that, I was just gonna have you roll like a D2.
Spoon bait. Yeah.
But the bar for success was like a 15. So
this is not a Swedish fish.
3,
yeah.
6. All right, so roll a D8.
Oops, hit one again. 1D1. 6.
Nice. Catch 6 fish.
Nice.
Nice indeed.
It's actually the perfect
hour.
amount to drain one blood
there's
point
some
from each.
old dude. I imagine him in his fishing hat with like the lures on it and stuff like that. And I'm like, oh, they're just not biting today. I'm just, ooh.
Pretty much.
The hell? That's
wild. Yeah. So okay, yeah, you get 6 of them. Lobby, are you gonna drain all 6?
It was my intent, yes. I mean, so I need 6 blood points or 7 so that I can feed myself today.
Surely they have more than. Wait, how many con? No, I don't remember. It's your deal.
5 con for 1 blood point.
It'll be 1 per in this case. These are just like
1 per. Okay.
Yeah.
Then yeah,
fish.
I intended to drain all of them.
I don't know.
For like
Depends on the
special
fish,
I would.
Yeah.
I'd up it, but these are not.
That's
very,
fair.
These are not
Like
particularly
a
large or anything like that.
Panfish or something.
I'm not drinking them just there, and after Sam had got them all.
Unhook it, hand it to you.
Yeah, just
go full golem.
Also,
So
Eli
not
hasn't come to find you after an hour yet. So.
Well, here's the bad thing though, you might have to eat them there because I don't have a fishing basket, and fish can't breathe out of water that long.
Yeah, that's
oh,
true.
you're right. Okay, yeah. Then, this is awful.
So like, yeah, you can be like
Mommy will
sneaky about it, like,
sneakily-
yeah.
What? No, everything's fine.
So here's the thing. I'll maybe I'll partially shoot you some mail here.
Thank you.
Depends on how you think about it. So
Okay.
You've lived here long enough. You've seen people eat fish raw, like just straight out of the river or wherever they were getting them, right? Now, would it be a little weird if they just bit straight into it? Little weird. People might give you looks, but like it's not going to come off as like evil or wicked. They just might think you're kind of weird.
Yeah.
You know.
You know what? We're not going to stay here very long. Just maybe a day or two. So yeah, screw it. I'll just
now if you bite into it and drink it like a fucking Capri Sun, you know, then
no. So
it's
she'll
gonna look
drink
odd.
it, but then she'll just finish it off within her mouth. Like,
dude. The amount I laughed at you saying Capri Sun for a fish, because the visual I have of you doing the like scrunch,
Of the
like,
squeeze, yeah.
hold
So
up
you, like-
that fish.
So you bite into it, you drain it, and then you like tear like a piece of it off or whatever.
yeah.
Okay. You still gotta roll me a bluff though.
It's not a bluff. I am drinking it. Whatever. And then I'm eating it. But
You are
okay, it's
you are
fine.
trying to conceal what you're doing and disguise it as something else.
Oh man. That was funny.
Okay. And 18 is very high. Very high. Okay. You're trying to conceal it from just random ass passerbys, okay? So they don't really they're not paying particular attention to you. So I'm not rolling with a mod. Yeah, nobody
Thank
notices.
goodness.
And you're pretty glad nobody's really looking at you too closely, because like obviously you don't gut this thing, you know, because you don't want it to be dead. You're just biting into a live fish,
Yeah.
and then you drain it and you like tear a big chunk off of it, and no blood comes out. It's just a dry strip of fish flesh. which would look pretty weird. But thankfully, no one's really paying too much attention. So you like eat that. It's not. It doesn't taste good at all. Kind of hate that, in fact. But you get to throw the rest of the fish body back into the river as Sam is fishing, which attracts other fish.
Perfect.
Not as well as it would if it, is bleeding everywhere, but still, it works out. With your bluff, you're able to conceal it enough that you find pretty good opportunities to like toss the remains in there, like while you chew a very disgusting bite of somehow dry and yet raw fish in your mouth. But you guys get through it. So you're gonna recover 1 blood point each from those.
It was 6 fish, right? Okay. And then I'm gonna use 1 blood point to feed myself today.
Okay. And then like I said, Eli hasn't come to get you or anything by that time. So do you keep fishing, or do you pack up and head back into the proper part of the city and try to find him?
Do you think Eli's in trouble, Sam? We did not do buddy system. Actually, where is Hattie?
Hattie would be with you guys, but Rahala and Hattie and Verbrong would be with you guys. Rahala would be with Eli.
Okay.
Rahala will keep him in check.
But what if she gets kidnapped?
We do have bounties on our heads.
That's true. You guys are used to Eli's gather information taking 30 minutes because he keeps rolling that.
Okay, so let's go try and find them. I'm worried.
I could ask the fish.
You think the fish might know where they are?
If he's swimming with them.
That is a point. But Sam, why don't we explore the option of maybe people of maybe they're still out there just walking around.
Somewhere in Hayethe, there is a pond full of petrified people that got fleshed to stone, and they sunk them so they wouldn't get undone or whatever, because somebody has that same
look, a reef
of sleeping with the fishes. Yeah.
No joke. Somebody please use that for something of they find a reef, but it's actually all bodies that the mob has dumped, that stone to flesh or flesh to stone or whatever.
Stone, yeah.
God damn it.
Because that'd be so horrific to find.
Yeah,
okay, look, it wasn't. No, it wasn't the mob. But the thing you didn't see when you were digging into that area with the 8 egg. You ever get a good look at the stone?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
See, Lamia did ask, hey, doesn't this imply that there were
petrified
things that needed to hold things?
Yeah.
And you guys are like, eh.
But there's a reasonable reason that it wouldn't have been that as well. Because stuff can just get buried.
Yeah.
And people also just get ate by 8 eggs all the time. And they have deer that probably gets pooped out or left out.
But yeah, that's what you said it so on the money. I was like, I can't not now.
That's funny.
Wasn't the mob? They don't just got fucking 8th level casters out the wazoo. But yeah. Anyway.
Love it.
Okay, so anyhow, you guys head back in to the main city of Bayan. Start looking around for Eli. Thankfully, it's not too difficult to diplomacy check.
Oh, cool. How trained are you, Sam?
Diplomacy?
Yeah.
I have a rank. I have at least 1 rank in it.
I have 1 rank in it too. And if I remember correctly, I had a higher charisma.
You guys can say your scores.
Oh, okay. I'm used to not saying. I have a 2.
Yeah, I think I have a 1.
Oh my god.
Wait, does Hattie have diplomacy?
You have a total of a 1?
Yeah, I have a rank in it, and I have.
Oh, and it's
10
not
charisma.
a class skill? That's funny.
Yeah.
Hattie probably has it. Hold on.
I have intimidate. I can go where is he? Who? Oh, sorry, my boss. He has like the same thing with
Oh.
Scarletto.
Oh, that's right. She doesn't have to use diplomacy. She can use her profession.
Yay!
So yeah, she has a
Hattie,
7.
Hattie, please help us.
Sam coming in with the "Did you fuck this bread?" energy, and
So who's aiding Hattie's gathering
I
information?
guess I will aid. Potentially.
Yeah, that's a +2.
I did that to my girlfriend at the store, and she hasn't seen
You fucked
Mystery
the
Team
bread?
yet, which is my fault as a bad. No, I did. Did you fuck this bread? Because she went to pick up the bread, and she like squeezed it. And she picked it up. I said, "You squeezed that bread? Did you fuck this bread?" And she just looks at me with this like deer in the headlights face.
Fuck the shit out of this bread.
Yeah. And she's like, "Did you come up with that?" I was like, "No, I wish I was that funny."
Oh, dude.
Watch Mystery Team. Watch
Yeah,
Mystery
everybody
Team.
should watch Mystery Team.
Okay. Yeah, it's pretty easy to find Eli. You see as he's apparently at that exact moment talking to a merchant who's in the middle of also trying to show off wares like between telling him bits of information. So you're just seeing like a consistent like no, not really interested. What were you saying about the army? Like, yeah, just kind of walking into that conversation. So cool. You guys regroup. And there's a little bit more running around after that point, but near the end of your gather, when you're like, you're kind of starting to hear more of the same stuff or whatever, or you think you've talked to most of the people already, you're starting to see a bunch of the same people, you don't want to just keep running into them and look like a snoop. So, okay, come on, brain. What was it? There we go. You stop in, you'd probably stop in at one of the inns or something like that. Where they're pretty quickly saying, hey, look, we got rooms, but, I can't book you anything more than 2 days. And you already know, yeah, army's coming, you know, you got it, right? But, you kind of have that whole thing going on, and he says, because there's like, how many, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 of you? Total?
Yes, that is correct, I believe.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. It's like, huh. All right, so 6 of you. How many rooms were you hoping to get?
Doing quick math on my fingers. At least 2, but 3 would be preferable.
Yeah, I can do 3. It'll put us at capacity, but it's all right. Coin's good. Sorry, and I'd offer to make sure each of you could get your own or something like that, but a bunch of the rooms got bought out. Group coming through, rich folks, that whatever that company is. Paid handsomely though.
Dorat Acquisitions?
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, they got a expedition.
They're coming through?
Oh no, they're already here. I mean, they
cool.
rented the rooms. They've been here a couple of days. Unfortunately, I had to ask them to wrap up their business, in the next couple of days too, because of the, the army rolling.
Who's got good
potentially.
bluff? Claim their friends and who's with them. Better the shit out of this. Who's got bluff? No.
I mean, me, but
I don't know if any of you reply or if you're waiting for me to move on.
If no one else is, Sam Willie with his terrible, terrible roll. That will probably happen. Yeah. We ran into
British for a second there.
Yeah, terrible. I've been watching a lot of Yogscast, but that might be why. Just that thing where you hear an accent constantly, so you weirdly try to mimic it when you're saying stuff. Yeah, they got this. I forget what Mara looks like, but oh yeah, one lady, not. She's friendly in kind of the wrong way, I think.
I have art for Mara.
Yeah, I just don't remember. It hasn't been that long for Sam.
True.
maybe this other guy. You know, he's got this cool necklace, bald.
Oh, you're trying to like get
Yeah,
him to
see if
disclose more about the people.
Yeah, is it because we ran into them before. I don't know if you know their names. I'm just giving you the physical description, see if it's them. Or
We need
that,
to
but-
talk
yeah.
to meet up and talk to them again.
Yeah, they're no. I'm not gonna lie.
It doesn't
I'm
have to
seeing
be an
if-
overt lie.
Yeah. I'm
It
trying
is.
to see
It
if
would be
these
neat.
particular people are here from this
cool
company.
necklace.
I say cool. I think all necklaces are cool. That's truth. But you know, he's a bald guy. He has a hood too. I think, right? I don't remember.
It was, I mean, there's been a few bald guys that have come through, but
Well, he specifically with the, you know.
with the Dorat folks.
Yeah, the Dorat.
Yeah, one of them might have been bald. They showed up at night. I
Mm.
mean, they did have cloaks on, like everybody does.
You got to.
I think one of the guys was bald. Maybe.
You know, maybe
Why,
it's
you know
maybe
him or
it's one of the
something?
guys we know. Well, we just know some of them. You have a chat.
Oh, well, I mean, I guess if you hang around or something, like, you might see him. But give me. Oh, so listen, here are your choices, man. So you can roll diplomacy, but you are trying to conceal your intent, so that's a -10.
Yeah.
Or you can roll bluff. So
It's
it's
me.
up to you.
And both of the okay.
And you're not
See, my
bribing him.
diplomacy is
You're not
one.
bribing him. So
My bluff is 0.
so
But
a 1 minus 10
diplomacy
is a
would be a
-9.
-9.
yeah.
So,
So
you're
I'll
probably
take it
better
to
off with
0.
bluff.
I believe.
There we
There it is.
are.
Uh,
Interesting.
Hope you voted for yourself.
I did. Yeah, I know him. I just want to talk.
Oh,
Like my hand is on my
jeez.
sword when I say
I
it.
just want to talk to him. I just want to talk to him as loading gun.
I'm like making sure my arrows are properly arranged or some dumb shit.
Would you like to keep your natural 1? Or would you like
that's
to add
right.
to
I have a
that?
fortunate fate.
Or you
Nah,
could
I'm
add to
sorry.
it.
No.
I'm sorry,
This-
Panda. I'm not
Okay,
gonna
worst
do it.
worst
spend
this
luck.
might be is like I'm not gonna rent y'all a room if you're gonna try and fight somebody. Like or he might try and call the guards on me. He's like, yeah, you're gonna try and murder these dudes. I don't know.
So do
no,
you want to spend luck or no?
it's a 1. It's a 1.
It's a skill.
Yeah. Oh shit. Yeah. Thank
Yeah.
you. I always forget. Wait, no, it's a skill or it's a.
Well, I mean, you can add luck to a skill, and it's still not an auto.
No, I
No,
think he
it's just a
means
one, is what he
his
meant.
Yeah,
But
he's
I know what
looking at his
Panda's looking for,
abilities,
but I'm
which
saying
might work.
what Keegan meant.
No,
Yeah, what I was
because-
talking about is the fact that it's
Yeah.
it's not an auto fail just because it's a 1.
Yeah, once per day.
Not on a skill.
No. Okay, so no, it's not part of Lucky Stars. So,
Yeah, go ahead and roll a luck die.
oh yeah, sure.
At least
It's
make
4.
it less
We
of
have,
a bad.
yeah, we have
failure.
12.
Oh, that's nice. But yeah, maybe their sense motive is
Real
terrible.
bad.
It's possible. It's possible.
Okay.
No,
Okay.
they
Um,
know you up to no good.
I could have beat it.
You could have. Yeah, if I rolled a 1, you would have beat it. So
Oh lord.
so yeah, so you say that, and you see him. He kind of opens his mouth for something. Like he's gonna say, like he's gonna continue the conversation. But then there's like this look of realization as he looks at like the number of you, and your Avarok buddy, and you're all armed and stuff. He's just, yeah. Well, hopefully you see him around.
Yep. Hopefully. Sorry, I'm trying to let's see how I play this with. Yeah, just you know, we're like mid conversation last time we saw him, so we had to leave pretty quick.
That happens sometimes. Anyway, that's 6
Yeah.
silver for the 3 rooms.
Yeah.
Sure,
That's not
and
too
I'll
bad.
get that out. I was originally talking to her.
Spent it. Cool.
Yep.
All right. You have 3 rooms and a very suspicious innkeeper. And yeah, now you know apparently some
Woodrick.
members of Dorite Acquisitions are here.
Yeah.
Yep.
Neat.
Now you know they do have obviously other legitimate expedition crews and stuff that go out, so
Mhm,
Yeah.
mhm.
hard to say whether this is that crew or some other group or whatever.
When we're walking the rooms, I'm gonna walk by Eli, and I'm gonna ask him, "Hey, I know you can do that thing where your shadow looks for something. That won't work in this scenario, will it?"
I mean, what are you looking for?
I mean, we figured out that it was that necklace that was maybe had some kind of control over him, right? I'm forgetting the character's name.
Han.
Han's
Han,
brother.
thank you.
I mean, Han.
Han.
Did you say Hans Gruber?
No,
Han's brother.
Han's
Okay.
brother
Yeah.
showed us
Okay.
that it was weird, is what I was saying. But Han, had the necklace. Yeah.
I mean, you know more about your stuff than I do. I just, if he's like here, or like in this building, I don't know how big you can make that. So,
That's Mara.
Well,
Or her
so
opposite of
it's-
color, anyway.
how dare you be hot?
They search an area and they can move around that area, so they can do that. They are noticeable though. I mean, it's a big clump of shadow moving about, so people can see it. I'm not saying I can't do it. I'm just letting you know that
Okay.
there is a potential
Maybe not the
for
best thing to do when everybody is awake. Yeah, all right.
right. There is
Okay.
potential for it being noticed.
That's why I'd ask you. Or I thought I'd ask you.
I mean, it's a good thing to ask about.
Just, I would like to know if they were here before they know we're here, personally.
Makes sense.
Whether it's them or not, just whoever these folks
Right.
are.
Right.
So are you rooming with a Brong? Does he snore? Does you snore? And I just want to see who snores louder.
Most of the night, so I don't know if I've ever slept at the same time that Vabrong has slept, honestly.
And I won't be sleeping.
Rahala wakes up. You're just like in the chair,
Staring.
staring into space.
Is that the Death Note theme? Are you okay?
Why are you red colored?
So,
Alright.
cool. So you guys get
But yeah,
rooms.
sorry. Yeah.
You know that stuff. Anything you choose to do with that information, or you gonna go find Yovane next?
I vote for Yovane. That way
Yeah,
we can,
well,
at
we
the
can
very least, start.
Get it taken care of. Yeah.
Yeah. And you can potentially get your arbor soon.
Yeah. There's a lot to have him do.
Yes.
It's the only
Yes.
way I'm going to say
Very
that.
true.
Because, damn. I just imagine somebody bringing me like a cowhide and be like, I need gloves. Okay, I'll set it there. Are they going to be done tomorrow? No.
That's not how that works.
Like, I got like 12 things to do. And that, like,
Right.
You're looking at like 3 months from now, my dude. But yes. Let's go to Yovane.
Okay, so you head over to the workshop that Eli was told about. You can see that it's obviously like there's a person's like small little shack, like house. I said shack. It's a house, with like a pretty big garden and stuff next to it. The workshop itself looks like you imagine this is like a repurposed shed, effectively. Like it was like maybe started off as like a little tool shed or whatever, and expanded it so they could work into it. And it looks a little bit quaint. Hasn't been maintained very well. You can tell this is probably something that has looking at it, you're like, yeah, this probably has a lot of unfinished projects in it. Kind of workshop type of shed. And then as you're heading back over there, you hear, like, you're just kind of like walking that direction. Because it's pretty separate from the house, and it does have like its own like door and other stuff. But as you're walking that way, you hear like a shout from the house itself. You see, like, look over, and you see somebody clearly move, like away from the window, like they saw you walking over, and they were like, "Hey!" Or whatever. So you like pause. Somebody, an older Ulis man, comes up out the door, looks Vishkanya, marches over to you. This is what y'all need that warehouse over there, that shack. Hello?
Only with diplomacy.
No, I was like, Lamia was legitimately thinking like, Eli's the one leading us, right?
Oh yeah, no, I guess sure. So I'm looking for I just blanked on his name.
Yvain.
Thank you. Yvain, he's a foreigner, came to this man, was selling some stuff,
Yeah, you don't get him out of my shed?
Well, I wasn't planning on it. I was just we had work for him, business.
Well, listen, I gotta get to work on, getting cots and stuff in there for the soldiers coming through a couple of days, so...
But
I mean, if y'all got work for him, that's all right. But let him know he's gonna have to help me with all that if he's gonna stay another night, because we're running up on time and I don't get around like I used to.
Of course.
How heavy are the cots?
How heavy are the cots?
Yeah. Sam is already like, oh, this old man needs help.
It ain't about the cots and stuff being heavy. It's I gotta move stuff around in there. There's desks and tools and benches and whatnot for working. Gotta get all that moved around, either moved out of there or into the den, or I gotta get it figured out and make sure there's enough room, because there's only so many rooms in the house. I don't want to have them boys and ladies having to sleep on the floor unless they gotta. And maybe they got tore up bedrolls and stuff because they've been on the road a while. So I got some spares.
How that is. Yeah.
So just let him know that if he wants to stay another night, he's gonna have to use some elbow grease one after, because I'm gonna need some help.
Yeah.
He's been all right otherwise. I was kidding getting him out of my shed, and he's all right for a foreigner. Oh, don't break nothing in there. Waddles back off.
I'm foreign.
So am I. Just smile and nod, mate. Smile and nod.
You guys are foreigners. You're much more well acclimated to this place than Yvain was, though.
That is true. Yeah.
He's not exactly my cousin Vinnying it, right? Like showing up in his gator skin suit or whatever. Yeah.
And he's afraid of the dark. So.
Oh yeah. Forgot about that.
So you guys go up. Do you just you knock, or do you just open it because it's fucking workshop? It's not like it's a house.
Customs. We heard somebody was bringing in armor undeclared.
Sam, what the hell?
As soon as you knock, you definitely hear oh, and there's some thuds and a clatter, and then a foreign curse word none of you understand. Some scuffling.
Language.
Just one second. I'll be right with you. Heavens. Some thuds, another set of clatters. Sounds like a bunch of cans falling over. And then someone approaching the door. It says he opens it slightly, but doesn't open all the way. And there's like a little peek in. You don't see him. You can just tell he obviously opened the door. And he stops there and he says, why are you here and not? This isn't the main house, you know.
He was joking about.
We had word that some foreigner was in here, and he wasn't helping an old man move desks around, preparing for all these soldiers going to be coming through.
That's for tomorrow, though, Sam.
Oh, wait, Sam?
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
Lamia
Eli
is the
trying
best
not
at
to
making
laugh
things
this
not
whole
fun.
time. So, yeah.
Opens the door.
Look, I had him going.
Looks like he has not slept since you saw him last.
My poor dude.
Man.
I feel
His
bad.
normally very well-kempt hair is like extremely disheveled. His clothes are all like kind of crooked. They're still decent clothes. They're not stained or anything, but they're definitely like wrinkled. One of the sets of buttons is uneven. And you can just see like the bags under his eyes. His face does light up when he sees all of you, though. Just, oh, it is you. Oh, good. I was worried you were someone else asking me to do something not in my purview. Oh, well, it's not exactly tidy, but do come in and get out of the rain. He'll step back. There's like a big mat that's just kind of set in front of the door, which that's not normal for Ulis dwellings. Usually have like a full space for like taking off cloaks and boots and all that stuff to get all the wet shit off of you before you walk into the main house, but this isn't a house. But yeah, you walk in, and Verbrong stays outside. There's not quite enough space for everyone. And yeah, you can definitely see that like he himself has had to move things around. It does look like it's a pretty decent workspace. Like there are a couple of like long work benches, a few different stools. But you can see that like one of the stools is functional. One has one of the legs is almost completely off. One of them only has 2 legs left. You don't know where the other 2 legs are because there's a bunch of other clutter just kind of in a corner. You can see a tarp is covering probably another mass of like stacked things. There's like a pile of stacked bricks in a different corner. There's a lot of stuff in here that fits that idea of like, oh, if nobody's using it, I'll do something with it. This is one of those spaces. Some like broken tools, all sorts of stuff. But on one of the desks, you can tell like Yovane's equipment stands out. You can see the whole area is actually lit by what looks like a floating stone that's just giving off light. And you can see like all of his tools are laid out. There's a couple of like mugs. You can see that there's like a bottle of wine that's open, sitting on the desk. And you can see, thankfully, what you're pretty sure is your armor, Sam. That he's been touching up, is like splayed out on the table. It looks like it's been like some of the seams and things have been undone. Doesn't look like the kind of thing that'll take too long for him to like get it back cinched up. He's probably going to have to fit it back to you, which won't take long. But that's sitting there looking almost ready to be worn. And you see what looks like an armor stand is on the opposite side of the desk. Like the desk has been moved out so they could put an armor stand over there. But that has a large blanket draped over it. But yeah, so he lets you in. Because I was sorry, I was just taking a small nap. I wasn't expecting company. Wasn't sure when you'd arrive. Was here a bit longer than expected. These projects I undertook were not cheaply done, I must say. But I have a reputation to uphold, so it's important that the work is immaculate. And I believe it to be. Then he pauses as he looks at Lamia. He's like, I almost didn't recognize you.
I mean, it helps. I'm in the beak armor still,
Yeah.
so...
I imagine you have the helmet off, though. You don't want to be walking around with a fucking beak helmet, right?
Yeah, that's very true, yes.
Yeah. This is... I almost didn't recognize you. Huh. They did say it was a temporary situation?
That's what we believe.
Well, here's hoping it's comfortable, in that skin. I'm not really sure what else to say, other than I'm so terribly sorry. The armor that I restored for you, I thought it would be adequate protection, you know? It's something worn by a creature as vain as what that old so-and-so is supposed to be. I thought surely nothing would get through it, and yet...
It was
It
good
failed
armor,
you.
Yovane. It's just I was fighting an equally skilled fighter. I got a good hits in her too. She had pretty strong armor herself.
If you were equals, then that armor should have been the difference, but it was not. It was not adequate.
Well, I was already hurt, Yovane.
I appreciate your attempts to soften the blow, but allow me instead to try and correct my mistakes. It's what my efforts have been much of this time. It has cost me no small amount, but I think you'll see that it's worth it. He goes over to the sheeted, or the blanketed thing, and he pulls the blanket off. It looks similar to your previous armor, but it has definitely been totally reworked. Now, you don't know a lot about armor smithing in general, but you didn't even think that you didn't think you could just forge, like a full suit of armor or whatever, and then just go back and like totally change it the way that this has been changed. You always thought that supposedly that made it more brittle or something like that. Like you lose something after you've fully tempered and shaped it. But then again, not only is it a magic suit of armor made of a very rare type of metal, but he also has techniques you don't understand. So he clearly knows what he's doing. And you think maybe the reason this costs so much to do is because clearly there's material added to this armor. He has upgraded your Vulpine mail. I'm gonna find you the handout. Why are they all closed? Fucking hell. There we go. There it is. Okay. So, your Vulpine mail is now Vulpine plate.
Oh, lovely. There you are. Yeah, that's definitely an addition.
Cool. So, as he's showing this to you, he says, I felt there was a part of me that was unsatisfied with the previous work, just restoring it to how it was, because I was looking at it as a piece of history, of lore, of legend, not as a functional thing that a modern hero would need. I didn't think about making it so that it was something that represented you. I restored what represented a creature that is your enemy. So here, I've refashioned it and retuned some of its enchantments to something I think was a bit more fitting. I can't take all of the credit, I did need some assistance. A absolute peach of a woman. Her name is Well Met. Can you believe it? It was quite funny. I had trouble not making jokes and the like, but absolutely splendid person. And I believe she's headed. Oh, you know her.
Mm-hmm.
We have met before.
Talk about her brother for a will.
I knew you knew her. It's actually what we ended up talking about. I just happened to see her while I was eating, and she happened to be in the same place, and we got to talking and realized that we had similar friends, and that's why she decided to help. And I'm very fortunate that she did. Some of the spells that she's gifted with, though she doesn't call them spells, some of the spells she's gifted with were essential in making these enchantments work. So, I believe this should be properly fitted and ready to don. I can assist you. There's a couple of little quirks that you'll need to beware of. But once you've done them once, you'll understand.
Okay. What? You said this was expensive too? Were you not given money?
What? I wouldn't accept... No, this was the labor of, let's call it redemption for my previous failure. I had to make this right. And I believe that I have. If this fails, I think I just have to hang up my tools. There's hardly a greater creation I could make with that material. At least not one that sings to the spirit of what it was meant to be.
Okay. Well, let me go ahead and change out of this armor first. Did you have a place, or do I just need to go outside?
I mean, there's only the space you see here. Of course, there's material under the armor, so you're not gonna, you can take it off without being in, your skivvies or anything.
Yeah, but Lamia's a little awkward just because she is a little different, so...
I mean, I suppose we can all talk outside and just give you the space for now.
No,
that would be
I'll
the polite thing.
I'll just do it outside myself.
A little... He's already, heading towards the door. He's just... A little outside fresh air would do me some good at this point.
It's raining, Yovane.
Walking kind of awkwardly,
raining.
like he's been sitting a long time. Grabs his cloak off the wall and says, "You don't mind, do you, gentlemen?"
I gesture to Sam like the after you gesture.
It's hard to put on armor by yourself.
It just takes longer. You can put armor by yourself, but I'm trying to take
Hattie
it
will
off.
be like,
Sam.
"I'll help her. You guys
All
go." Is that okay, Lamia?
Yeah, Hattie, it's fine.
Okay. Alright, so the rest of you leave.
We start wagging a 8-8 claw at Yovane. Like, look at this!
Rahal's just like, I could probably help too. Just, multiple hands could be helpful, right?
Do you want to help, Rahala?
I don't want to go back in the rain.
I'm gonna run to the restroom.
That's
and
fair.
I missed you!
Yeah, it's gonna be like the scene from The Last Samurai, except it's Tom Cruise. There, it says it's not Tom Cruise.
Last Samurai?
Last Samurai, right? Yeah.
Yeah, Tom Cruise in that movie.
Yeah.
He's the white guy.
Lamia will gladly
Oh,
take
yeah.
Rahala and Hattie's help in stripping off her armor. And Yovane said he would need to help with the other armor, though.
I'm sure we can figure it out.
Then I guess she would be glad to be helped with new armor.
Okay. So that'll take a little bit. So Sam, you're wagging the 8-8 at him. And he's just like, "Oh, you got it! Okay, good. I'm alright. Though, the claws aren't really, what we need for the armor. You know, it's
Wait,
the
I
hide.
thought I was gonna look like a porcupine. I thought that was the end goal.
I mean, I suppose I could
Or a
integrate
hedgehog.
them somehow. It's
I'm
not gonna be
joking.
enough
I have.
quills.
Yeah.
Oh, you do have the hide.
Yeah.
Perfect. You know, maybe we have time to take a quick trip and go take a look at it. I can see how much it is, and we can make some determinations. Maybe I can get
Yeah.
started today. When it comes to those claws, though, maybe I could ask Wellmet about them. They're,
Well, I learned about the knife and gloves and stuff, right? I mean,
Yeah,
like,
so-
I know you told me, but I forget who told me about it. Was it the elders?
he was one of the elders, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I got well, actually, where Wellmet's from. Sorry, it was a either or, no, or it was a or dagger or gloves and boots, right?
Yeah, it's basically out of those three things you can get two.
Okay, I was making sure. Because, like, damn, that'd be a nice present for, like, if it was a all three option, like, oh yeah, give him the stuff to do the dagger, give it to Wellmet. She could use it. Fuck it.
Yeah.
But
Do you want me to go ahead and drag the new spells on the spell like sheet?
Yeah, that'd probably be smart.
Okay. And do I do it as the 8th level caster level, it says, or?
Yeah, the caster level of the item.
Okay.
Ooh.
Sorry, Panda, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
there you go.
And you said you wanted the gloves and boots, right?
Yeah. So I'll
Okay.
mention that detail to him. Of like, oh yeah, they told us about this stuff and this cloak that could also be made from this material.
Yes, I believe I recall them. She and I talked about them a bit because I was asking if maybe it was something she was familiar with. She's quite familiar, in fact. Okay. Then you get there. You're able to show him, like, all the stuff you've got. He says, yes, this is more than enough material.
Mhm.
Yes, it won't take too terribly long with being this quality.
We actually killed two of them, but one was buried in its den, and we didn't want to dig it out. So,
Yes, that would be difficult to harvest from. But this is good. This is good material. Now I will need to do a bit of work on the hide, and it'll take a bit of time. Now I'm more than willing to do it. I do have a favor to ask, though.
mhm.
Do you mind if I traveled with you all for a bit? Well, let's say I'm very low on funds. It would be quite difficult for me to hire any sort of security at this point. And, I can provide my own rations and such, of course.
I mean, yeah, sure. I mean, I might be putting words in Eli's mouth, but yeah, well, we don't mind.
I mean, I have zero problems with it.
I'll make sure you get fed.
Oh, good. I still
How
have
do you feel
my
about
horse.
bland meat?
Why
It's
is
weirdly
it bland?
We'll tell you later. I've just been eating it, but
Perhaps I could provide my own rations. I think I could accomplish that much.
well, you're also working on stuff for us, and I mean that's a lot of help. So
One shouldn't work on a diet of bland meat. I mean, there Oh, there's places in this very village you can get fine cuisine. And it took me a moment to really acclimate to the Ulis palate, but honestly, once you start to get used to the abundance of, well, back home we call it sour cream. There's an abundance of it in this cooking. Lots of it, like that fermented dairy sort of thing. They're really big fans of it. And at first it was a bit overwhelming, but I mean, you're not from here, you understand. You start to, like, kind of grow a taste for it. Or maybe you don't.
Yeah. Around front, we got this stuff where it's in between milk and cheese. It's like cheese curds almost. It's the best way I can explain it. It's kind of similar.
God damn it. My eye is fucking with me. Ugh.
Dude, I made onions for my knot gumbo, and for like 30 minutes I couldn't see. The onion that I cut up was like extra spicy or something. And like got all up in my nose and eyes.
Yeah, if you soak them in cold water for a while, it really, really tamps that down, which is nice.
Yeah. It was extra bad this time though.
Oh, is that why when I wash them, it seems to, and after I've peeled it, it seems to work for cutting?
Yeah, you take that outer skin off and then you just soak them in cold water for a little while, and it helps a lot.
Also, putting a matchstick in between your teeth will help. Not like to the same level, but if you're just doing it quick, it can help at least lessen the severity.
Yeah, I just stopped what I was doing, sat in pain for like 30 minutes, going, God, I can't keep my eyes open. Then I went and got my gas mask out of the garage and put it on and finished cutting him.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. Somebody just walks in and sees you in a gas mask cutting
holding
onions.
a kitchen knife.
if you're already burning, use like a cold wet towel on your eyes.
Yeah, that's what I did. I rinsed my eyes. I stuck my head in my shower, basically ran water over my face.
Yeah,
it was either that or use the attachment on my sink and just like turn it upside down and hit myself like that.
And installs an eye wash sink in his kitchen.
I would
see eye wash ones just.
Actually, okay, sorry, slight tangent. They do make eye wash stations that you can just unscrew the little filter thing on most standardized plumbing for sinks.
Oh,
and there's a eye wash attachment you can just put on there, and you pull a little stopper, and it diverts the water into the twin hoses that shoot up. Basically, they're really simple to do. I did it at the dealership. Is why I know this. But yeah.
Okay. Sweet. So, yeah, you guys agree to let him go with you. Oop. Smack something. God, it's pissing me off. Yeah, he kind of like takes inventory of this stuff, and you guys head back over to the little workshop. Cool. So, Lamia, while you're so you get out of that old set of armor, and get that kind of like set up to like be able to put it away. You know, there's some stuff on horse the wagon and whatnot. You can like actually pack it up in. And you start getting into the other armor. With the help of the other two, especially with Rahala's like actual magic knowledge, you figure it out pretty easy. There's a couple of just like odd quirks to like how it fits and how like some of the fastens are, because it looks like there's very faint etchings on some of the parts. Like they don't stand out a lot. You have to look pretty close to see them. You can tell some of the ways that like where it straps in. If you do it, there's usually like a couple of ways you can do it and it still fits snug, kind of depending on like body type and whatnot, how you like put them certain places. But this is obviously tailored to you because you already got measurements and everything. While you know of your corpse, but you're the same type, body type, and everything. So it's already like properly tailored to you, so he already knows like which way it's going to be equipped. But it looks like if you try to do it the other way for comfort, or to like maybe like put on like a different sheath or something in a different spot, or like use that space differently, it would actually be missing some of the way that the runes in it complete. They're not like all like totally set runes. Like the ones like on the underplating seem like they're open to be able to like slide or shift, and it still otherwise functions. But if you move the strap or whatever, it like removes a key part of it to a different spot. It just doesn't work. So that was probably the thing he was talking about, is making sure that you fasten it properly. Oh, you look like you froze. You were so still. You look like you froze. I was like,
Sorry,
that
no,
works.
I was reading chat.
So,
No.
So you actually get that put on, and you do. You thought the other set was comfortable. This
Is way more comfortable.
Way more comfortable. Yeah, and you can kind of see what he means now about how before it was like he put it back together so that it was the same set of armor as it started as. He restored it, and he of course fitted it to you, but it wasn't tailored to you. Now it is snug. It is like the mobility that you feel in this, even though you were just wearing a very nice set of full plate. That whatever that metal is made out of is so much lighter, and everything fits so much better. It's like you can't imagine a set of like plate like this allowing the same level of mobility that this allows. You know, you still have to take it off just because of its shape to go to sleep, probably. Actually, maybe you don't. You may very well be able to sleep in this.
If I ever sleep again.
Yeah, you may be able to rest in this, if we say it that way.
Interesting.
Let's see. Maybe. Do you have the endurance feat?
No.
You don't. Okay, Sam does.
Yeah.
But you also had endurance.
I
did have it
had the
briefly.
Luxafix endurance.
Oh, okay.
I no longer have that.
Yeah. Okay. So you think about it, and you're like, nah, it's probably not a good idea to sleep in it.
Yeah.
Because it effectively counts as medium armor. So if you have endurance, you'd actually be able to sleep in it. Because of what it's made out of.
Then do I put it as medium?
Yes.
Okay.
Because of what it's made out of.
All right. Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah. Like, if you weren't proficient with heavy armor, you still wouldn't be proficient with it.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah. For other mechanics, it counts as medium instead of heavy.
Did I put this in right? They didn't have Umbril weapon in the compendium.
Yeah, so you have to put that one manually.
Yeah, that's what I've been working on.
It also weighs half as much as normal plate armor.
Oh, then let me change that.
I think it's what, 50? For normal plate, full plate?
I had full plate up. Sorry, give me a second.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you have it on your sheet.
Well, it's the previous. I'm just rewriting over the original Volpine, and I'm pretty sure I didn't have it as.
No, you have a set of full plate on your sheet.
Oh,
You were just
you're
wearing
right.
one.
You're right. Yes, 50 is the normal weight.
So this one's 25.
Yes. I guess we're waiting for the. Or no, that'd be rude. Don't tempt me again. I'll spam you with more dice. Yeah, rewatching that video, Snake. It was like, should I just take the time and count this? It's happening so often.
I already counted it.
I know you did. But anyway, Wow, this feels great. I guess we should tell the boys we're done.
We're not outside anymore. We left.
Yeah, they're like on their way back. They're like on their way back still. But yeah, do you have any questions about the item before we cut away from it?
So it says I can like sacrifice the mischance thing to do mirror image, and that's just gonna be once a day thing, right?
Mhm.
Like with the okay. Confirming on that. That's all. No, I don't believe I have any questions.
Okay. Yeah, for that mirror image thing, if you because it isn't you can do it as an immediate action.
Mm-hmm.
If you're gonna try to do that to potentially avoid an attack, you have to make sure I haven't already rolled the attack.
Okay, that makes
So,
sense.
Yeah, if I declare that I'm attacking you, you can use it still. But once it's like, oh, I hit you, you can't then put out your fucking ninja clones because it's like,
Yeah.
well, if they already smacked you. You can do it, but it won't prevent that attack. So
Yeah.
there'll just be 5 of you that flinch or whatever the fuck. So
Ow, 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 ow.
yeah. There we go. Cool. So anyway, shit, brain, come on. Okay, so you get that on. You have no other questions about it. You have it all on your sheet.
Almost. I'm putting on mirror image right now for if I ever do it.
All right.
Useful. Carlito used it a bunch.
It's very useful. Cool. So,
It's a dodge tank, but like still like
yeah.
Yeah.
So they eventually make their way back, and you come back into the workshop, and Yovane looks a little surprised to see that you're already in it. God. And he's just, oh, you figured it out. Good. Well, what do
Rahala
you
here
think?
actually figured it out.
It wasn't that complicated, really. No, it wasn't meant to be. It's just, well, I'm just glad you're wearing it now. How does it feel?
Feels wonderful.
Good. I was hoping so. I made sure to inlay some very delicate fabrics that I had sourced, well, back at my home, in fact. So, if they say, Benhian fabrics are quite the rage around the world, in fact.
Do
For a
they say
reason.
that?
Yes. Maybe you just don't run in those circles, but it's quite sought after.
This is a wonderful gift.
Well, I only hope it makes up for whatever pain you suffered. I won't apologize again, because I expect that you'll then try to defend my honor in my stead. So, I just hope it does what it's meant to.
Well, only one way to find out in the future.
I suppose that's true. Well, I suppose we'll be seeing a bit more of each other, given that I'll be tagging along as I work on Sam's armor as well, and don't have to hire security in order to travel safely. Be quite nice.
Oh, you're coming with?
Yes, all parties willing, yes. At least for a time.
Where, I mean, did you mean to be on the road?
Well, I suspected this could carry me all the way to the capital, which, is not the worst thing. It gets me away from, well, what's going on out east. And there, I can do some work to earn some coin, and eventually make my way back south to the ports, and likely at that point head home. At least that's... I suppose at least those would be the options. But who knows, maybe I'll open a shop or something. Now would not be the worst time to get into armor making.
Well, that sounds lovely, Yvain. As long as you're sure you wanted to go to the capital and such, because we do intend to go there eventually.
It's effectively my next destination, yes. Eastward is... I mean, who goes towards a war? Not I. Not I.
Lamia is like awkwardly looking at like Sam and Eli, like, do I say anything else here, or
It's like, who goes intentionally towards the war? Just very much that smile of like, don't ask me, but
Whatever you were doing, do that. Woo! Yeah. I was listening. I was thinking of a song, and I stuck in my head. Yeah. And I can't remember what it's called. Stop looking at me. No.
It goes like ba 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 ba. Hey. Sorry. Julian's.
Yvain kind of looks back at everyone else and says, when were you planning to leave?
did we want to stay here to potentially meet Dorat, or...
No, I thought we were leaving tomorrow morning. I don't want to meet anybody. I want to get out of here. We've got to get Vibrong to the, capital so he can get to Avrahana quickly. And then we've also got to try and beat what's-his-face, Jerkface, to the place in Dadoneto that we need to go. Yeah, that guy, Modric, but the husband, I don't remember his name. I remember the wife's name, but I don't remember the husband's name. He's not important enough. I know he's very powerful and he's really strong, but he's not been confrontationally a dick to us, so I don't remember his name.
Yeah. Maybe he's cool. Maybe we'll be there and he's like,
I highly
doubt my wife's
that.
making me do this.
I met him exactly one time, personal. And I highly doubt that.
It would be
the old ball and chain. But
she's convinced me to do, potentially world-altering evil. Yeah. But what you gotta do? Happy wife, happy life, right?
You have a couple dozen statues of her commissioned in silver with
Guys, I'm sure he was also disguised when.
I'm just saying, when I met him, he was a jerk. So whatever. Yeah. Look, that's enough for me. That's enough for me.
Well, you don't want to commit domestic terrorism, but I can't be too mad. In sickness and health.
Oh my gosh.
Nagging and wealth, whatever it is.
Tell me your relationship's toxic without telling me you're willing to commit domestic terrorism.
I don't remember if it's a Steven Universe meme or if it's a Avatar: The Last Airbender meme, but somebody look at him like, I don't know, man, I think we're gonna have to kill this guy.
I think that was Korra meme.
Was it or something like that, where it's both Steven Universe and Aang from Avatar: The Last Airbender are like, no,
I don't remember.
Yeah, we have a way. We
but...
can beat him. We don't have to kill people. But then it's I don't know, man. Ed Gein.
He's got to do it.
He's got
to do it.
He's got a lampshade made out of people.
Yeah.
I think we have to kill this dude.
I don't think we can let this one go, man.
I'll have to Google it. I know it's on What's Your Meme.
So,
yeah.
So you guys are leaving tomorrow morning. Okay.
That is the intent, yes.
Okay. He says, all right, yes. Tomorrow morning. I'm certain the old owner of this place, pleasant man, won't mind me staying just one more. I already paid for a bit longer than that, so...
He did want help moving stuff, though. Maybe we could do that, and... Hey, would you guys mind sharing a bunk with Yovane?
I mean, that's fine with me. You can stay with Verbrong and I. Verbrong stays up all night anyways.
That would be pleasant, yes. That means
so
I can leave now.
Yes. And we can help the old man and bring you to the inn.
Yes, help move things. All right, let me get all of my things out of the way first. Starts like packing up his gear. Sounds less than enthusiastic about the idea of helping an old man move stuff around and carry things.
You know,
many hands.
He's really tired.
Don't worry, Lamia's here.
Sorry, Sam comes from the family where he had like 12 brothers and sisters. So it's like, okay, y'all, everybody grab a chair, and like 2 trips we had enough, material moved.
Right. Okay. You guys get him out, he packs stuff up, and you go and like tell the old man that you're here to help. Okay. Rahal offers to just take Yovane back to the inn while you guys do that. I'm assuming you don't let her off the hook, or him.
Honestly, Lamia's fine with it as long as the old man is fine with it, because he might consider as like, no, he's supposed to pay that debt of moving shit. But
well, he said he needed, if he was going to stay another night, then he needed to help him.
Okay, yeah, Lamia doesn't care.
Look, Sam's going to help anyway. So.
Okay, so you do let her off the hook. All right, cool. So yeah, she leaves with Yovane. So yeah, you guys stay for a little bit longer, help him move stuff around. He's very grateful. Very, very grateful for that. Gets like, you eventually like get a bunch of stuff out of there and into like a different little storage spot. Lay a bunch of cots and like you end up like sweeping and other crap and just doing like a little bit of cleaning. Mostly he does it, but he gets like some bedrolls and whatnot laid out. And he offers you dinner. I don't know if you accept it or if you're like, no, we don't want to impose. But
Lamia says she doesn't want to impose, but that's Lamia.
Y'all accept food?
I will take food that's not
free food,
dried out, just like pre-jerkied food. Yeah, no, food sounds great.
You mean pre-jerkied?
I mean, the stuff that she drains is like if you were going to jerkify food, and then it's not good because you didn't put spices on it. You just dried it out, and you like forgot that you're supposed to like put spices on things when you make it into jerky.
Like some beef jerky. Look, my mom doesn't watch this anymore. She learned. She has a dehydrator that you're supposed to season the meat. You're not supposed to just dry it. Because it's like, oh yes, this is dried meat. It's not jerky.
You can really taste the beef.
Yeah.
It's well, cool.
Or if she put spices on it, not near enough. She put a white person's amount of spice on it.
That sounds about right. So you guys get food.
Yes, they get food. Lamia's going to go ahead and head back to the inn, and I'm going to go potty.
I laughed a little too hard at that. I'm not gonna lie.
So you guys get food. It's one of those things where food. Like, he brings you in. You like take seats and whatnot, and like then eventually, what you imagine is like the rest of his family starts to show up. By the time you get inside, you can smell food is already cooking. So you end up like kind of meeting his family and his wife. He's got a few kids. And what was the other thing? I forgot. There was another thing that was going to happen, but I forgot. You get a nice meal though. Save 1.5 rations. So it's effectively 3 meals.
Nice. Yeah, saved us 1.5 rations, or we got
saved you 1.5 rations.
Okay. Let's make sure.
Yeah.
My brain flinched for a second.
Eat a hot meal. They're not like giving you road stuff.
Yeah.
Oh,
this is so good. Like it's slipping it into a baggie as a.
She's like pouring soup into a water skin.
Yeah, just it's gonna be a bitch to clean later.
Right?
It's gonna taste like soup for the rest of my life.
Hey, you got some? Can I share your water skin? Sure. The fuck?
Yeah.
Minestrone?
It's like putting like tomato sauce in a Tupperware. It's now the Tupperware tomato sauce Tupperware.
Yep. Well, it tastes like red. Why does it do that? Cool. So you guys get food. You leave. I'm assuming at that point go straight to the inn. There's nothing else you're trying to do in town.
No. I have nothing else I wanted to do in town.
Cool. This is gonna drive me nuts. Yeah, I think that's it. So you guys get back over there. You've already paid. So there's nothing else you guys are doing. I'm just waiting to see if there's anything else Molly's doing, and otherwise we will pass the day.
Fantastic. I don't know. I thought I had a thought, but then it went away.
You thought you had a thought?
Sorry. Yeah, I thunk, and then it unthunk itself. It unthunk itself pretty hard.
All right, Molly. Do you have any other stuff you wanted to do that day?
Do they have any books?
Does the town have any books?
Yes. Like an sequel. I mean, the sequel for that script.
Mm.
We already know it's not likely, but
that will be a gather info.
Cool. My wonderful.
You go by yourself?
Yeah. I mean, I left already, so why not?
Okay, give me a D4.
Ooh, 2 hours. That's not bad for me.
Not too terribly bad. You want to keep your
15? I
15?
usually roll 4. Yeah, I'm fine with the 15.
Okay. And I'm assuming you're not taking the -10 so that people don't know you're gathering information, right?
Yeah, I don't take that.
Cool. Excuse me. So you go around asking by yourself. And you're not really getting a lot of hits. There's not like a library here, right? There are some books in places. You're mostly, when you talk to people, some people have books, some shops have some. They're not necessarily like for sale. There's no bookstore really. You note that there was a bunch of merchants who were trying to offload stuff. So you're talking to merchants, being like, "Yo, do you have any books?" And they're like, some were like, "Yeah, we got some books," but none of them are the ones you're looking for. None of them are even interesting. They're more reference material for studies and that kind of stuff. Some of them are talking about how there's other merchants, whatever, that maybe if they're still in town, they probably have some. Looking for them, you don't find those people that they're talking about. You just spend a lot of time doing that. you do stop by a tavern, of course, because word gets around those sometimes. Step in, get out of the rain real quick, go over the let me see. You go over to like the tavern keep and whatnot. Do you order a drink? Or you just kind of start talking to him.
Does he have like a honey mead or I say honey mead. Most meads have honey in them. A
All
mead.
meads have honey in them.
Yeah.
It's what makes them mead.
Yeah.
But
She'll order
yeah,
a
they
mead.
definitely would. They definitely would.
Okay.
Okay. So you... Oh, shit. I lost the thing I was looking at. I literally had, like, all this stuff up, and then... there it goes.
Is that a silver?
Mug of mead is 5 copper, but don't take it off your sheet.
Okay.
Someone plops down 5 copper on the bar after you order.
Killed a little noise.
And you hear a familiar voice say, well, Lami, I can't have you paying for your own mead in my presence. Sounds like Batu.
Oh. Okay. Lamia will look.
It's
Make
the devil.
sure.
I'm kidding. It is Batu. It is beside
Batu. It's
Batu.
the devil.
Oh, you just know. If he wants you to know. Yeah, it's Visag Batu.
Oh.
Says,
Batu.
You did something with your hair, it seems.
I did. I'm very impressed you noticed.
Yes. Went a little... you got a little excited with the dye, it seems?
I hadn't noticed, to be honest.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Well, you certainly look different. I don't think you were purple last time we spoke. It's a good color on you, don't get me wrong. Just... a change.
It is. It's quite a big change. I'm glad to see you. Have you been doing well?
I've been doing exceptionally well, though I would be doing a little better if you had accepted my offer. I'm still a touch salty about that.
I am sorry for that.
Maybe if you had, you wouldn't be purple. He obviously doesn't know
Yeah, no.
why you're purple.
Oh my gosh.
But no, really, it is great to see you again. Just the mead. I mean,
Yeah, I
he's like
just
pointing at
wanted
the top shelf. It's a tavern, it's not an actual bar, so it's not like the most expensive shit, but it's something's pretty decent.
Yeah, I just wanted to sip a little mead while trying to find a book to read, potentially.
Sipping mead. Oh, come now. You don't have to sit and read on a budget. But fine. Yes, do you mind if I sit with you?
No, I don't mind at all, Batu.
So you find a quick seat, and he takes a seat, and he says, I'm actually was just kind of going from one spot to the other, and had picked up that you would just come through here, in fact. So I figured I'd stop by. I guess I won't order anything for myself at the moment. But so far, my task has been quite successful.
That's great news.
Yes, we've... at least for the moment, we've settled just a little north of here. About halfway between here and the bay far up north. Just in range to use that river for transport and that sort of thing. There's that mine that was being contested way up there.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess some things are in flux with it at the moment, but we were expecting a few hauls of goods from that area. So it'll be interesting to try to appraise and offload those wares. It's hard to know where to actually send them, but I'd enjoy those types of challenges.
It's good to always have not a challenge, but something fun to combat yourself with your own skills, right? Hey, can I do a sense motive to like look in the eye to be like, hey, is this kind of like Han in that that's not Han 100%.
Yeah, you can roll sense motive, try to sense
I
enchantments.
am not gonna roll 20 again, but I'm gonna roll anyway, just see. Okay.
15. Keep it to 15.
You guys cool if I roll luck?
Go for it.
17. All right. He seems like he seems like Batu,
Okay.
as far as you can tell. He says, "It sounds like you're describing a challenge." So yes, it is nice. It's always good to push oneself to really. Sorry, I was fixing my light. To really see where your skills are, where your limits are. It's important, especially to our people. To try and fulfill one's potential, to really live up to their Amidraba. And hard to know if you have until everything comes to an end. No sense in stopping working just because you've accomplished a lot. There's always more. There's always more. Anyhow, what brought you to the area? I didn't know you were out this way. Honestly, I heard some troubling rumors that something had happened to you, actually.
Rumors get in and out of everywhere. I came to meet with a friend.
All this way to meet a friend?
Well, meet a friend, help a friend, and then I'm going to the capital with a friend.
My gosh, you were all the way in Saigon. You're on the opposite side of the country. This must be some friend. No, be honest with me. Are you getting married?
Oh, no. I haven't met... Well, I've met some people I have an interest in, but there's never been any talking of that sort. So, no, I'm not getting married at all.
All right.
Not in game, anyway.
This seems like an awful long way.
Rampant shippers in chat.
Is it for work as well?
There is a job there, yes.
Ah, okay. That at least makes some amount of sense. I'm starting to wonder if there was something nefarious afoot. People usually don't travel that far just for friends, unless they're running from something. Or towards. But then again, I mean, I guess I wouldn't put it past you. Then that means the rest of your company is here.
Most of the company is here, yes.
The rest of you that travel, I suppose I should specify. Huh. Well, I haven't had many conversations with the lot. If there were more time, I'd try to set something up, but I do need to get back. Just happened to arrive here at a very interesting moment when so many people are trying to offload. It's a good time to buy, but not a good time to purvey. Oh well. But still, at least we got to have this. I got to confirm that the rumors were false, and at least get a glance at your new style. It seems that one looks new. Is it indicating the scar?
Yeah. Oh yeah, it definitely is.
That looks... It's very dangerous work you do.
Well, someone's got to do it, right, Batu?
I suppose. I'm
How's
thinking about
Han been
mercenary
doing?
work. Oh, Han. He got a special assignment of sorts. He's only recently come back. He and I have not even had the chance to share a meal, honestly. I think he's likely still resting in his room.
Fair.
But from what I can tell, it's about as he's always been. Trustworthy, dependable, just all of the things that I knew him to be. But again, barely a conversation we've had. I made sure to get him a bed for the night, maybe two with how tired he seemed. And at this rate, I may have to come back for him.
Oh, he's that drawn out?
He was quite worn out, yes. He didn't really get into it, but I guess on the task he was on, they ran into some sort of trouble. One of their number, we don't know their whereabouts. A couple others, he said, didn't make it. I haven't got the full debrief yet. Figured let the men rest. It was a long trip.
Yeah, makes sense to me. I'm glad that you have someone you can trust, Batu.
It's necessary. It's truly necessary. But beyond that, this task that I've been given is... It's the kind that changes lives. All the people who are hired to go along with it, all the different expertises being put to use. It's a strange role of leadership. You know, I've led caravans before, and, pretty large-scale trade meetings and the like. I've even, been on some ships that people look to me for guidance on, as if I know how to sail. But this is something else. It's like being the mayor of a town. It effectively is. I have to control our route and what comes in, what goes out, make sure everyone's taken care of, establish some kind of laws. It's quite harrowing. This, as much as this is work that I'm doing right this second, it's almost a bit of a break. Just letting my delegates handle things and stepping away for a moment. It's necessary.
Okay, so just to make sure, because I heard my task, does that imply that he was not the one that came up with the idea to try and make the... Well, it's not a unified nation thing, it's, the traveling caravan, thing, right? I forget
It was the thing he was hired to do, yeah.
Okay, because I thought
Yeah.
he had came up with it, and that's what he wanted to do.
So he put himself up for it, but he was also funded, right? It's not all his money. He didn't have enough money to put together this whole thing and go out just on his personal dime. So Modric funded that. That was a known thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was just, I guess, I think I was under a different impression, but
No, I was very explicit. It's just been a while.
yes, that is true. Okay, so I may have been giving you weird looks. The Lamia did not do that then.
Yeah, he works for Modric in that they are funding this expedition. Not expedition. This, traveling town. I forget the actual term. But they're the ones who kind of helped bankroll it. Han is sort of their arm to make sure that he's staying into their interests, but he's also working as his assistant. So that's why, even though he works for Batu, he does still have to take orders from Modric. So that's why he can be assigned tasks and whatnot outside of that. So yeah. But yeah, as far as you know, I'm blurry. Okay, as far as you know, he doesn't have any other kind of insight. This is business stuff to him.
Yeah. Okay. What was the last thing he said?
He was saying that it's essentially, even though he's still working right now, like traveling out here to like either do
It's
market research or
relieving.
whatever, it's a break for him.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
like, let all of his delegates do their thing back home, and he's just out here away from it, just for the moment, basically just being a normal ass merchant for a second is almost like a break to him, even though that's like usually his day job.
Well, it's very good to see you again, Batu. I think I'm gonna finish this meet and find the book that I want to potentially read. I got a long night tonight.
Right. Well, if you ever come through the area again, ask around. Someone can point you in our direction.
I'd be
And
glad to.
If you ever decide you want a different, much safer, he points at like the wound, line of work, come find me. There's opportunities now.
Not sure Dorat would ever make it safer like that for my kind of person.
I know you have your issues with Dorat, or perhaps even Hearth Modric itself, but you would be under my employ. You see what I mean? There's what got me out there, but I have my own resources, my own assets, my own responsibilities. To some extent, yes, I have to answer to them for the specific things that they've asked for, but it has no bearing on who I hire.
We have time in the future to think about that, Batu. It shouldn't be any concern tonight.
You'll have... Please, just entertain me for a moment. What is it specifically? Like, is this some sort of familial thing? Your families have some kind of friction? Or did they wrong you personally? What happened there?
Well, he's gone now, so I guess she'll start whispering. Basic Ellie, they killed me? Question mark.
He doesn't know.
It's true. I was essentially possessed by an older creature, which is one of the reasons that I wasn't sure going with you would actually fix that. Funny story. Apparently, eating carrots was the answer. And starving while you ate those carrots. But
Puts on a polite smile, looks confused.
yeah.
Yeah, right.
The Dorat family is connected to that shadow, I guess I'll say. And for me personally, that's kind of enough of a mark to make me bristle against them. There are other things, of course, but for me personally, that's one of the most antagonist things that those two, well, three, Lamal does not care for me, and he has every reason to not care for me.
Because I want to bang his ex-fiance. No,
Oh God!
Don't say the quiet part out loud.
That's what I was about to
all
say.
he
yelling
does.
the quiet part. What are you talking about?
Part out
That's all he does. So
That is true.
that's like a language on his sheet.
Sam's shtick is say the quiet part out loud. I agree.
I can't say that I feel more enlightened than I did before. Something about shadows and older creatures. Do you at least entertain the possibility that those things may not be as they seem?
Oh, always. Because I never really got 100% understanding of what he was, but we have gotten more information of the Dorat family. Kikin,
I'm still
where
here. Keep
did you?
going.
Okay, of where the Dorat, I mean, of what Dorat family has come and gone with different countries and different people, witnesses that watched them laugh as their village burned. You know, that kind of thing.
Huh. Okay. Um. Well, just keep in mind, Doran Acquisitions is a very large organization. It's very possible some of these things you've heard about them are true. It's equally possible that even if they are, that corruption doesn't necessarily reach every stage, every level, every person. I've heard bad things about it. I've heard and seen very good things. It's tough to it's tough to accept that the entire organization is somehow this big evil thing, you know.
Oh, I don't think the entire organization is evil, if we're gonna just put it in black and white terms. It's the leaders, specifically.
Well, I have not seen that.
And, you know, more, I mean, not more power. I'm very relieved you have not.
I'll keep an open mind, but I am as disappointed as I was before. I must admit. Oh well.
Things could change in time, Batu.
That is true. We only have so much of it, though. Well, I guess for now, I'll take my leave. You're not going to cause any trouble if you see any of their number in the city, are you?
Not intentionally.
Yes.
Good
Should
thing
I tell
Sam's not
them
there.
to steer clear?
It's on site.
Is there a lady named Mara upon the group?
I got a named arrow for each of them.
I got one for each of them. David Doctor.
Here, give me a diplomacy check.
dog.
It's a very low DC. But
Let's see if I'll roll a 1 again. No, I mean, no one voted for me, and that's okay.
and you obviously you know Batu has a positive charisma modifier. He's a merchant. He's a
Yeah.
leader. Like so.
Actually, I haven't rolled a 1 today.
All right,
Only Sam that's rolled a 1.
you keeping your 4?
Yes, Samuel.
Yeah. I mean, even
If
if I
he's-
don't find out,
If he's
she's
helpful,
not here.
If he's helpful, base DC is 0 plus his charisma modifier. If he's only friendly, base DC is 10 plus his charisma modifier.
Oh, Ellie wants me to do luck. You cool with
I had
that?
a long disconnect there, so I missed a little bit after I said it's on. I have a named arrow, so
She's asking if somebody named Mara is in the city. A 6.
Okay. There we go.
Okay. Reasonable to think that if he's helpful, that would pass. Because, I mean, how likely is it that he has a +6 fucking charisma modifier? That'd be insane.
It's pretty unlikely.
So yes, that you see him think for a moment, and he says, "It's probably best not to share any of that, I think, at this point. I don't want to incur any hostilities between either party."
Oh, that's fair. I'm just saying that her specifically, you may want to warn to stay away.
True. If she were in the city,
If she were.
like it sounds like doing so would then also mean she would know you're in the city, and I don't know if these hostilities go both ways. I feel like there's a lot I don't know, so it's probably better I just keep my nose out of it.
Oh, you know, new wounds.
You're saying she inflicted that wound on you?
Mm-hmm. Which is why I recommend, if she is in the city, to warn her. Maybe just stay away from Blah Inn.
Blah in.
I suppose.
Yes, the blah.
There's clearly quite a bit that you're not telling me. I will simply trust that is for good reason. He stands up and points at your now empty mug by now.
Oh god, I hadn't realized I drank that much.
It's not like it's hard liquor or whatever.
No.
It's just
Also, easy
This is
sipping,
like a very
man.
weak-
Easy sipping. Yeah. That's
And
it's
Again,
sweet and
Lamia doesn't really feel fulfilled from normal food anymore.
still tastes though.
Yeah.
But he gets up and he points at it and goes, "Just the mead?"
Yes, please, just the mead. I still have a place to walk back to, after all.
Gives you like a quick pat on the arm. Walks over. You see him put an indeterminate amount of coin on the bar. You can kind of see the tavern keep kind of look at it and kind of give him a look, and they like exchange a couple of words or whatever, and scoops it below the counter. Seems like it's probably a lot more than 5 copper. And Batu will head out.
That was a lovely discussion.
Yeah. He was helpful at one point. But now he's friendly.
I mean, to be fair, we haven't really talked a lot, and it's been months. And he did say also he was salty for me to be like, no, I'm not signing up.
Yeah, your last conversation was a great disappointment to him. But friendly's still good.
Yeah.
Anyway, so cool. You have that
You
talk.
too, sir.
He heads out. Are you just like staying there until they kick you out, or are you gonna eventually go back to the inn? Because no one knows where you are.
Yeah,
Just to make
that's
clear.
true. No one knows where I am, and I did not find any books. But I'll go back to the inn after one more drink of, I guess, the most expensive thing that he left money for. Because why not?
You just get as many meads as you ask for.
Yeah, that's fine.
That's pretty much what it is.
Yep.
So cool. Now that that's over, you could have asked Batu about books. You know, he probably has books.
That thought did cross my mind, but I was like,
Yeah, stop duty. Okay, so you make it back. Ellie's asking if it was if she failed by 5 or more. It depends on the situation, on if it changes their level of friendship stuff or not. Depends on the situation. But smart to like kind of play against that and hope, to not make it worse.
mm-hmm.
But yeah, so Cool. You make it back to the inn. The other two I think already said that they didn't have anything else they were gonna do.
Nope.
You don't go looking for no
Plan on
trouble
going to bed.
or no door rats.
No.
I'm looking at Sam.
I don't know they're here.
No, he's not looking for them.
You do know they're there. You
Well,
just don't know what
yeah.
door rat acquisition.
Because we
people
also
are there.
haven't done the site because we haven't investigated.
Yeah. Okay.
And we're gonna leave in the morning, and we're not gonna cause any trouble, and everything's gonna be fine. Hold on,
Eli!
This is
Eli,
the speech
knock,
I'm
knock,
gonna-
knock, knock, Eli.
No.
Did
we're
you
not
do
gonna-
that shadow
anything.
thing yet?
No, we're not doing anything. We're not getting in any trouble. Don't add to the population. Don't subtract from the population. Don't go to jail.
I took named arrow as my
Safety
third level
briefing.
spell today. I want to use it. Hey, what's your name?
All right. I'm gonna slide something under the door. Poke yourself with it. Tell me how bad it hurts.
Oh god.
Ways to get kicked out of it in. Number 1.
It's like the Street Fighter death.
Street Fighter death noise.
Yeah.
So anyway, Lamia, do you tell them where you were, about your conversation or anything, or do you just go to your room?
I would tell them about most of my conversation. I won't say anything about
Keyword most.
yes.
So then
I
what are
won't
you
say-
leaving out? Go ahead.
I won't say anything about that. Hey, there might be, some Dorat people here or not. And what else? There was something I specifically wanted to leave out.
To
Sorry.
be clear, he effectively confirmed that Han is here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Never mind. She would say, yeah, Han is here. He's been in his bed for a long time. He almost to the point that he thinks maybe they need to leave him and they'll come back for him. So Han maybe knocking him out of whatever Tressa put on him, did more damage, I guess, for lack of a better word.
Okay, so are we sure he's himself again?
The
Or
only
do we
thing,
not
Batu
know?
hasn't really gotten a chance to have a conversation with him.
Uh-huh. Doesn't fill me with a lot of confidence. Maybe we are going to need to have some searching shadows.
I wasn't told what inn they were in, so I'm sorry I can't help on that. I didn't ask, to be fair.
Well, we
Yeah.
do know that there's Dorat folks here, though, so that's a good starting point. Good jumping off point.
Yep.
Just gonna go on record saying I don't like this. This is a great way to get us either kicked out of another town, potentially arrested, or other. I don't know, but I'm too meddlesome to just leave it be.
You
So I
too
guess
meddlesome?
We'll wait till kind of late at night when everybody should be asleep and in their rooms, and we'll start search and shadowing this inn for I guess specifically for Han.
Okay. That's funny. This whole time, just
Spell.
nobody do anything. No, stop it. Don't tell me nothing. Don't learn nothing. Everybody sit down, be quiet, eat your food. Hey, Han's here. What time is it?
Look, mate,
But,
if I
alright.
don't know that there's something wrong, then I can't be held accountable for the fact that I did nothing. But the second I know a bad thing is happening, I'm the bad guy if I don't do anything about it.
Yeah.
Really put into perspective when you're playing with your dog as well.
He will not leave me alone right now.
Just occasionally lunging into camera. Yeah, I bet you if he knew that this camera could see him, he'd be like, nah.
He has
No.
no idea.
No, it steals souls.
He has no idea.
It's like me when I see pictures of myself I didn't know I was in. I go, oh, my posture.
Yeah, right.
Because I'm like,
okay, yeah. Probe arrow, shrink of creature. You're waiting until it's like late. Okay. You're trying to stay up like past when everybody else is up.
Yep.
So they've like turned off the like lanterns and stuff at the inn, where somebody would be imposing if they were to kind of come to try to find a room, only to find out there's no vacancies. Okay.
Yes.
Cool. That is quite late, so I just simply need 2 Constitution checks from Eli.
That
First is DC 11, second is DC 12.
Right up. Contract numero uno. Okay, all right. I'm gonna get it. Watch this luck be a 4. Oh, or not.
That's a 9. Okay.
All right, well, that was the first one.
Okay. So the second one is DC 12. Okay.
I got the second one.
I was gonna say, can't you tell Verbrong to keep keep you awake?
No, I'm afraid of that. He's very strong, and I'm very much foldable.
Fair.
God damn it. I just imagine, like, Eli's, like, nodded off, and he's just like, Eli. Like, reaches over very gently, like the slowest he can possibly do, and he, like, touches just, like, the edge of your sleeve, and then just, like, the room explodes.
why would you do this to us?
I can't believe you've done this.
No, Molly redeemed hydrate.
No, I just
had
finished
water.
my drink.
Because I need to drink water, and I
You
haven't
could
drank
just
water
drink
in a
it.
while. No!
Yeah.
Nah! I'm gonna make everybody drink water.
Fine. I'm
Or
gonna
water.
get some water.
Some you drink.
Water, in quotation.
Dave has to go get water now.
And besides, what else am I gonna spend my boops on?
I don't know.
I could be mean and have you guys be complimented or whatever. So I thought water was hydrate was a more feasible, like, pleasant interruption.
I should add something else to these. I don't know what to add. So we gotta hydrate, we gotta choose an emote to highlight, I think, or bigify or whatever. Modify emote, positivity mass, snails please. Yeah. Harley, what should I add?
Get back on track.
Harley, what should I add, bud? I guess I could add one of those. That would have to cost snails,
Jesus
because the
Christ.
boops don't really give me an alert. I have to, like, look down and see them.
Okay.
Oh yeah, that's fair.
It's got water in it. It's tea.
No, fair enough.
It's kind of like
Closest
me.
The water
Tea
is not
counts.
water.
Tea
Waffle
counts.
time for when
Coffee
you're all
waits.
Waffling on.
What
LA
Yeah.
success.
what budget ass C movie, like,
What did he say?
like coffee actually said tea counts, coffee waits. It's like where coffee is like this weird pillar or something.
Yeah,
like,
oh
right, it's
yes,
like
coffee! I've been
fucking-
waiting for you this whole time.
Yeah, it's like the revenge thriller with coffee as the protagonist.
I've been counting on you showing up sooner or later. I've been
Roll
waiting
me-
for you.
Roll me perception check, please.
Yeah.
This is a big task, so we're not gonna do like 1,000 of these fucking things.
Perception. Wait, it's for the shadows, right? So that's
For the shadows, yeah.
okay.
How'd you survive? I threw you in the harbor.
Charisma plus caster level, so that's plus a 15 because I got the
Oh,
Riz.
you failed 1, so you're gonna have a -2 to this.
Okay, cool. So then it's plus 13. All right,
Yeah.
total plus. Daramaka, get out of the way. I'm trying to type.
I get surgery, just get rid of.
Oh,
my
that's
eyelashes.
pretty good.
Yeah, that is pretty good. It's a 19 on the die. So I have a stuffed Darumaka that is awesome, but it sits right on the edge of my keyboard and it's right where the plus sign is. So every time I need to like add anything, I have to like move this Darumaka. He could be my microphone buddy. He'll just be doing the show.
I
Do
mean,
you do you want to add luck to that?
No, 32 is really good.
That's really good. Okay, so when the
he's also like
shadows
the same size and shape. You could like hollow him out and put him around your microphone.
When the shadows locate a desired item or creature, you are aware of its shape and size, and can order the shadows to try and seize it.
Yeah, I forgot they can do that.
That's how you're able to get the item. If the shadows are seeking a creature, the area they cover becomes difficult terrain for that creature, and the creature must succeed at a reflex saving throw or become entangled and unable to move. That's fun.
You know when you put your keys down and you're like, I swear I put those over here, but they're over here yet now? Yeah, that was me. I did that.
That would be a good way to find your keys, though.
Yeah.
If an object is carried by a creature, the shadows attempt to disarm or steal. Combat maneuver check as appropriate, using the same modifier for their perception check. The shadows can pick up and move unattended non-magical objects that weigh weigh up to 5 pounds. Cool. And you are seeking a creature. I'm assuming you're not going to attempt to have them seize.
No, I'm not trying to have them seize Han. No.
You just want them
Ellie
to find
was
him.
saying seize their throat, or
No.
difficult
it just
terrain
grabs
over
at
his
him.
mouth.
Does
and
a spleen
nostrils?
count as a non-magical item?
No. My spleen. Okay. So a 32 is insane. God damn it. So you cast this. Now granted, that's still not instantaneous, right? Like you're searching for a while. The only other person awake is our Lami and Verbrong by that point. But obviously you don't need to search their rooms.
Or
So,
do
let's
you?
see.
I'm joking.
And then
Yeah, if
let's see,
Han's in your room, I'd be confused.
So I'm assuming in one room, because one of the rooms will have 3 people, would be Eli, Varbrong. Who'd be the third in that room?
Is that
Would you have
Yovane?
Yovane in there?
Yovane was in that room, yeah.
He'd be in that room? Okay. Yeah, he'd definitely be asleep. He's so exhausted. He literally has non-lethal damage for how long he's staying up. Yeah. Cool. So you're searching around for a while, like kind of feeling around in different places. They do locate many other creatures, because people are in these rooms. And there's one room where there's just like one medium-sized creature in a bed. So it's like, okay, potentially. Let's see. Does it communicate? Yeah, shape and size. Okay. Yeah, shape and size. Well, to an extent. What?
This is a dog barking. He wants me to play with him.
Okay. To an extent, you can kind of determine biology, So you find, medium creature in one room. Pretty sure femme. So you're like, that's not Han. Go to the next. I don't like doing this. When I'm talking about the shadows identifying people by shape. But
it's better than using the 2 hands. Like,
what are those? C's. So anyway, no, you get to Different one, two people asleep, same bed. Like, you don't know if Han's like with a person like that. So that's like a maybe. Keep looking around, whatever. There's a bunch of them that just kind of don't fit the criteria. One person's obviously too tall. One person's obviously too short. One's got like pointed ears. You're like, no, wouldn't be them. So there's just like, there's a bunch of different shapes. You finally narrow it down. Okay. As far as it being Han, there's one at least like masculine shaped person in a bed in one room by themselves, and there's another in a bed, but there's another person in the room who is feminine shaped. I hope that's not offensive. I don't know how to explain that.
It's fair.
Look, hey, if it is, I'm trying. Correct me in the comments. I know no one's gonna watch it. But...
Well, if somebody is transitioning into a woman, they would like to be more feminine shaped. So
that's why I'm just going off of pure shape, right? 'Cause you don't know otherwise. Like, your shadows can't ask pronouns, so you're not going to be able to identify their gender.
Right. I'm not assuming genders, I'm just going off of what seems to be closest to Han's physical build that I recognize.
Yes. Which he's masculine shape, whatever. So, he's male shaped. He's maped. I don't like that. Continue.
Oh my god, that's worse. Somehow that's worse.
It's a lot worse. Cool. So you got two options. There's the one that's by themselves, and there's the one that there's another person in there.
Okay,
and obviously you're still concentrating, so you can do other stuff with it as well.
Yeah, that's why I was checking the spell description really quick to see what else I can do. I guess I'm gonna keep them in the room that has just one person, and I'm gonna change the object they're looking for to a necklace, basically, like similar to the one we were looking for. So I'm gonna have them start looking for, or similar to the one that we know has been used before. So a necklace, pendant specifically, just like we saw on the other lady who was beating the tar out of us, who was also controlled by Tressa. So.
She didn't have a necklace.
Oh, that's right. It was the shard was in her.
Yeah, it was like literally embedded
So,
in her attached.
Then in that case, I will change my thing to the shard, because I'm looking for the shard style thing.
Okay.
But
in the room with the single person.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Pretty fucking unlikely. Yeah, it's real bad.
Bum, bum, bum. Why did it open the chat?
That's the one.
Else?
All right, cool. So you shut up, Ellie. God damn it.
Still pull aside.
You focus on that room for a while. Go ahead and roll me another perception check. That was the sleeping person's perception. That's why it is at a minus. That's such a huge minus.
Wood. Nature's mental. Sorry. Perception check was plus 13 because I'm at the -2 from. Okay. Yeah.
Because you're tired.
Yep. That's not an R. There we go. I tried to hashtag TD20, and I don't know what that's going to be, but it's not going to roll a die, that's for sure.
Else. Cool. 24, pretty solid.
Okay. You know what, hold on. I'll roll a lot just to get me over that 25 hump, if you guys don't care.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
All right.
4. So 28. So you spend a little bit of time having them search around that room. You definitely, you're pretty confident nothing of that shape is in that room.
Okay. Great. Then I'm going to move the shadows with the same criteria in mind to the room with 2 people in it.
Okay. Same roll.
Okay. Let's Let's do that. Ooh, that's less good. I'm gonna roll luck on that one too, and that's still less good, but a 17.
17. Okay. Otherwise, keeping total.
Yes.
Okay. So,
Yes, sir.
Angry
I have your
dog.
rope.
so sweet. You search around for a while with the shadows. You're pretty sure there's nothing of that shape that's in there.
Okay.
At least, you search for, full, we'll say like a full minute or two.
Mhm.
Actually, wait, shit. It's a pretty big space. I think each of these rooms would be... Okay. So you search for about 20 minutes.
Okay.
You're pretty sure there's not... Here's another thing, though. Like, there's nightstands in these rooms that actually do open. They actually have, like, a cabinet-type thing, like a little cabinet-type door on the front of them. So, while you're finding just things shaped like pitchers of, like, water or whatever, like backpacks, all that kind of stuff in the room, and then, like, maybe like a room key and that kind of stuff on top of the nightstands. You can tell that there's like a handle, and like you look in your own room and see that, yeah, there's a door on this. There could be things in those.
All right, so then that means I need to.
Actually, we'll say, because your other check was much higher, we'll say for the first room you looked in, that was already like partially open, but in this one it's not.
Okay. So that means I probably need to physically go in there if I wanted to check those. But
yeah, I would say the shadows could open it.
Mm-hmm.
It's just gonna be, if somebody's looking at it, it's gonna be like,
then
what the
that
fuck?
item just moves all on its own. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? Okay. Yeah, I'll do that. I'll risk somebody thinking the room's haunted.
Right. Okay. Cool. So, if it was just you, it'd be like a sleight of hand. But they don't really have that, right? They can't do. They can do. Oh wait, yeah, they can do. They can do maneuvers. They can do disarm or steal. It's the same mod for their perception. Damn. Okay.
Wow.
So, yeah,
So plus
same roll.
13 still.
Mm-hmm.
Dang. Okay.
Holy
There's
shit.
a 30. I'll just
Okay.
keep the 30.
That's a lot. Fuck. Okay. Hold on. Huh. What am I working with here? Did I put it in? Okay, there it is. Okay. I cannot beat a 30. Yes, I can. I can beat a 30 with danger dice. So let's give it a go. I was one off of being close enough to be able to reach it. Damn. Damn. I don't want to. Okay. I obviously have a lot of danger dice. Would you guys like to make 10 luck?
Oh boy. How are we gonna make 10 luck?
Allow me to roll 3 danger dice on this check.
Gosh.
Tree.
I'm not allowed to gamble. I'm bad at gambling, so
I kind of agree in that. Hey, oh no, they'll
God
think
damn
it's
it.
haunted. So
but also I like. Look, we get a lot of crazy ass rolls, me in survival, and I feel like our good GM needs some fun as well. So I will push for a yes on that.
I feel like it has to be unanimous.
Well, yeah, I'm not gonna say no. Let's do it. Sure.
yeah, let's do it.
Okay. I'll add 10 more fucking luck.
Plus the 6.
I know.
But hey, you get to throw 3 of your.
You guys, we're playing Pathfinder. We know math.
The math rocks.
I mean, most of us know math.
Okay.
I forget what math I did today on the fly that was mildly impressive.
Okay, the
but
first
I
one
did.
was a 4. I was like, "Do you roll 3 2s?" I was about to get real
Real salty for you, him.
2-y there.
Right. But 3 2s would have done it.
Yeah,
As long as it, yeah. Okay, cool. So that brings me to a, what is it? A third. God damn it, self. A 33.
33.
pretty tree.
Cool. So all right, so it opens. And then I'm assuming you search inside.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead and give me the perception.
All right. I gotta free my hand from this dog real quick. Let me throw this from. He doesn't want to let go, so he just gets to keep it for now. Then.
Yeah, that couch cushion wasn't enough.
No, dude, he wrecked that thing. He got stressed, I guess, because both my girlfriend and I left to go drop off the rental car and then pick up my new car, and he just wasn't having it today. So,
Baby.
Yep.
I'm gonna roll one of those many lucks we have.
Yeah, I was about to
This is the
suggest
first
that.
time he's destroyed anything, though. So, like, it's not a behavior pattern that we've seen before. So,
Yeah, something new happened.
yeah, he was just weird. I mean, we've both been gone before and for longer, but it was just, I think, really abrupt, and we were like rushing and stuff. So he just felt like anxious.
That's why. 31 is a fucking lot. So yeah,
that's high.
pretty quickly, you find that on the inside of this is it is a necklace, but it does have the shape you recall at the end of it.
Okay. If it's a magical item, the shadows can't move it. Isn't that right? They can only move non-magical items.
I don't think it said mundane. I think it's a pound limit. Can pick up. Oh, it does say non-magical. Yeah, they can't manipulate magical items. Okay.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna have them attempt to move it to determine whether or not it's magical. That's my quick detect magic trick.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you can tell it starts moving, like the chain of the necklace, but the object at the end seems to be unable to be manipulated. So they start kind of like it's like moving it around. It's almost like it's anchored by that point.
Okay. All right. Well, in that case, I'm gonna drop it and just be like, I guess I gotta go in there and try and pilfer that thing. And I'll dissipate the shadows.
Okay.
Aline wants to know if you can commit pillow murder with these shadows or not.
I mean, I guess theoretically, if a pillow is less than 5 pounds, you could move it over someone. But I imagine if they start to struggle, they could easily move more than 5 pounds of weight.
Yeah.
And most people, generally speaking, once they can't breathe, start to thrash semi-wildly, which is why sleep apnea sucks so bad if you're trying to just sleep at all.
Don't
Because
I know
then
it.
when you can't breathe, you just start whipping around and wake up. You're like, oh god.
Sure do. But cool. So you can't quite move it or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
and dissipate the shadows.
Okay, yeah. Bummer.
But you know what? That means it's not on him.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, so I know Verbrong and Lamia are awake still.
Mm-hmm.
So I will gather the awake people right now and I guess let them know what's going on.
Oh, is that so?
Yeah. So I was thinking I'll just sneak in there and just kind of nick it. But I wasn't entirely sure what to do with it after. And like, I don't necessarily want to like touch it. So
Can you put it in?
You're not awake, sir.
yeah, I'm only talking to the awake people right now, sleepy boy.
You don't know that I'm asleep. I could be
You're
banging.
sex. You're not one of the people that I went and got because I assumed you were in bed.
Yeah, it's been longer than 2 minutes. You're asleep.
Yeah.
Sir, I don't need that kind of accurate statement about my life.
Yeah.
Oh, did I close? I didn't mean to close that. Oh well. Okay, so you don't want to touch it. I think that's reasonable.
Well, it could be easy to catch them unaware, likely not expecting you.
Right. And I'm fairly sneaky.
Well, not sure this is something I can help with. Unless it becomes a fight.
Yeah, all I'm really asking, I guess, is that you kind of hang out close to the hallway, and if you hear a bang or a crash or a noise, you guys come in and help me.
He just nods.
Yeah, of course. Do you want to take the ring of the Ravenous that I have?
I don't know what that ring does off the top of my head.
It's what it seems to do is if there's like an invisible wall or something that you can like tap it against it and you can go through.
Oh, is that thing that the Fang Assassin dude had?
Yeah. Though this one came from the temple.
Right. No, because my own anchor point to this realm is not the most secure, and the last time I had one of those, I ended up walking through something that ended up in a shadow realm. So I'm going to not do that.
I thought that was the lady's fault, not what. It's fine. It's fine.
I don't know whose fault it was, but as much as I enjoy finding myself in random places, that one wasn't one of those. So,
okay.
Yeah, I'll just go on my own merits here.
Yeah. We'll
Verbrong
listen out.
stands by the door.
Yeah. I'm gonna penumbra myself, and I know I don't need to because it's dark, but I'm gonna be in shadows because I like using that spell. And then I'm gonna use my Cloak of Shadows to help my sneak go up before I start a sneaking.
Okay. I don't have the Pink Panther theme queued up, so just like imagine.
Oh, dang.
But
Dun-dun.
I said imagine it.
I know, I'm imagining
Get a
it
stroke, guys.
really well.
What? If it did, I would be so amazed because we have license to parody. That's like a thing we can do, and I just call it a parody.
It's also notoriously
True.
That
But,
has been getting challenged lately.
which
I
is
know, what's his name? Ordinary Sausage had a video taken down for him humming
so annoying.
The Phenomena thing.
So
Can
annoying.
we?
Uh-huh.
That's
Oh, that one
nuts.
actually. I mean, that song in particular tends to get like struck like a lot.
Well,
I remember. Go on.
No,
No,
Sorry.
it
No,
is Disney now.
I was going to
right?
say it's also yes. That is what I was going to say. Is Disney has a strategy of copyright striking literally anything they can because that's how you help enforce your IP rights.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
So they do
Steamboat
that
Willie's
for
free use now, and I'm gonna make him
everything
pregnant.
that shows up.
Jesus.
I have no comment on that.
Still
statement. All I'm gonna say is, I'm gonna roll my stealth roll.
Yes.
Which is plus
Enough?
half my sorcerer level, so plus 5 from that, and then yeah, cool. Stealth plus 5. So we are level 10. And plus 2 is included, so yeah, total of 31 for Stealthy Boy.
Okay, so you start making your way through the hall. Thankfully, you can see, even though there's no
Yay.
lights around. You get over to the room that those two people were in, where you found the thingamajig. Obviously, the door's closed. Likely, the door is locked.
Right.
But you're at it. Peep
Well,
were made.
I will do the thing that all adventurers consider doing, but then don't. Is I'm gonna try the door first.
Okay. I'm assuming you're trying to like do this very subtly.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, give me a sleight of hand.
Yeah, subtly enough that if one were to overhear this, they would assume that it was like air pressure changing, not somebody rattling their door handle.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's not bad. I'll keep that.
Okay, the door is locked.
Okay. In that case, we shall resort to the only other thing I know how to do, which is cast knock.
Okay, that does have a
I know-
verbal component.
Yes, I was going to say, I know verbal components do make noise.
Yeah.
Does knock not make a noise in this?
No, it does not.
As we discovered, we all thought it did, but it doesn't. Just the
Strategically
verbal
speaking,
component.
I would say that I should probably just back way up and cast knock on this.
Okay.
So as far down a hallway as I can to cast knock. So that way the
that
people in the
hallway
room
is
won't wake up.
is not 200 feet long.
Well,
So-
yeah. I
so
was
you
say,
go-
if it wasn't be surprised.
Yeah. So you back up like 35 feet. Like you can get all the way around like a corner. Look around and... well, you know what the spell does. It seems, as far as you can tell, it works.
Yeah.
Do
I'm
you
gonna just
immediately
wait.
go back over, or do you wait? Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna wait like a minute and see if anything happens. Just kind of chill.
Second.
And then I'm like,
gonna have to get a
can't help.
private roll
Dang
this. Whoa! What?
Oh, I thought that was a. Sorry, I saw. A stream
I
that
also
pop
thought it
up
was a
and I was
bot
like,
for
"Ah,
a second.
Another bot.
No. Doxy's good
Hey.
people. Hey, Doxy.
Hey, heck yeah.
Hell yeah. What's up? We got
Thank
we got 20
you.
minutes left. Currently, Eli, played by Hyperphase over down there, is
Yeah, with the mudkip.
he's sneaking around. He used his shadows to fondle some folks. And
I did. How dare I?
oh, you can't hear me very well. I don't know how to fix that. Oh, you got a new setup. I gotcha.
Okay.
Well, at the very least for your raiders, Eli used his little shadows to like fondle around in rooms and poke at people to be like, what shape are they? Are they the shape that I'm looking for? And most of them weren't. But he found two people that were. One was in a room by themselves, and he was like, shape, not I don't know. Let's see if you've got any stuff. And so he looked around and it didn't have any stuff he wanted. So then he used the shadows to go to the room that had 2 people in it. One is like masculine shaped, one is feminine shaped. They're in there together, and so he fondled around and was like, okay, yeah, let's see if you got any stuff. And then he found that they had stuff that he wanted. So now he's magically unlocking their door, and he's gonna sneak in there and
and
try to
steal
grab
stuff.
something. Yeah.
Yeah, time to burglarize some folks.
Hopefully the stuff he wanted and try and grab something.
Yeah, I said what I said. So anyway, he just cast knock and is waiting. You said about a minute?
Yeah.
Okay. Try rolling this thingamajig, this not real die. Okay, cool. Nothing happens over the course of that minute.
All right. Then, yeah, I'll just start sneaking my way back over there and seeing if I can open it.
All right, I need a second sleight of hand now.
All right. Here it comes. Oops. If I can get off my spell list since I just used knock. All right. I'll luck that one.
18.
There we
Okay.
go.
You get the handle turned and start to very slowly open this goddamn door is creaky. You pause. There's definitely a creak. It was very slight. You don't think that was enough that someone's going to immediately like shoot up out of bed or whatever. Nobody makes any noise on the inside. Very gradually opening it. If you had been a little bit faster, that would have been a lot louder. But you seem to be able to like, you put like a little bit of pressure from like just under the door, like lift it up slightly and it stops creaking. Oh, thank goodness. And you get it open enough that you can slide into the room, or are you gonna like open it all the way and look around or whatever, or do you just get it open enough that you can just barely step in because you're kind of a slim dude?
Just enough to barely kind of step in, like, you know, poke my face through, make sure there's not somebody standing literally right there, and then go the rest of the way through.
Okay. So you like poke your head in first. Give me a perception.
All right, here you go.
Nice.
That was almost a 1. I'll keep the 25.
5 total. Nice. These stuffs here. Okay, so that's cool. Okay. You peek in. You don't see anyone like right by the door or anything. You really like scrutinizing the spaces and whatnot. You don't look like anyone's hiding. It looks like a pretty simple room. You definitely see gear like sitting like kind of over in the corner. A couple of backpacks. You see what are obviously some weapons. Some armor set over there. It's all in grayscale because you're having to use your dark vision for it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's hard to glean the specific details. One thing that definitely stands out, you know there's 2 people in here. But you only see one of them laying in the bed. You're pretty sure that's Han.
Okay.
Pretty sure that's Han after you like look for a second. Looks bald. Looks like he's asleep.
Mm-hmm.
But he seems to be alone in here.
Yeah, okay. Well, I'm definitely gonna be in that like frozen solid where you look around, you're like, there's a dude right here, but I can't see him moment where it's like be as still as I possibly can too. So it's like there's hopefully no way they're gonna see me.
Mm-hmm.
Raptor rules. Or no, T-Rex rules, not Raptor rules.
Yeah, just like my standard negotiating posture is to put my hands up, my standard stealth posture is to stand as quietly and stilly as possible when I don't know what to do.
That's funny. Okay. So, how long do you sit still
Oh, like
in the doorway?
I don't know, a minute probably. Just scanning with my eyes, sitting completely still.
Okay. You sit there for what you think is a full minute. You see Han take like one very like deep, slow breath. And several seconds pass before he exhales. Pretty certain he's asleep. That you didn't recall him really wearing armor. Maybe he did. You're not sure, but obviously there's like 2 people's worth of stuff sitting over there.
Mm-hmm.
It's possible whoever else was in here left in that interim while you were explaining stuff to people. It had to been real quiet.
Mm-hmm.
You look at the ceiling; they're not on the ceiling. There's no closets either. There's no like wardrobe in here. It's just an in room. Well, there is that little like chest at the foot of the bed. It does not look big enough to contain a person.
Mm-hmm.
Like maybe if they were a small creature, but you know there were 2 medium creatures.
Mm-hmm. So the only other place I feasibly think if they were in this room they could be is behind the door area, essentially where I can't see. Because I'm looking here, but obviously I've only got the door open like this, so they could be standing right in my essential blind spot behind the door.
Possibly, yes.
Yeah, with a sledgehammer like this.
Yeah, that's kind of what Eli's got in his mind, is like Wile E. Coyote level of ridiculous hammer just held.
I guess
Like,
mallet. Yeah,
let's
that would be a better
go.
description.
Yeah.
Like you may even have that thought and like maybe peek through like the gap where the hinge of the door is.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you can actually see through it even though it's dark. You don't see
Yeah.
anyone. Like they'd have to be pretty awkwardly placed to dodge both. It's not
Yeah.
impossible, but it'd be pretty tough.
Okay. Well, I guess take one more step all the way into the room.
Slide into the room. Okay, you're in the room now. Get a
Mhm.
better look behind the door. Nobody there. Nobody you can see. Like, eyes open as fuck, you know? Just, nope,
Yeah.
nothing.
Strange. Okay. I'm gonna then, because I know now there's nobody in here that I can see, it's likely they left, so they will be coming back. So I'm gonna try and move slightly quickly over to where I know the necklace is, so I can grab it.
Okay. You kind of take like a couple of steps in, the door clicks shut behind you.
Okay.
And you hear a voice from that space
Mm-hmm.
say, "Well, hello. What brought you in here, handsome?" Sounds like Mara.
Mm.
And then you see her appear, leaning against the door, completely like keeping it closed with her back. And Han does not wake up.
Mm-hmm.
But you see that Mara is holding a sword that is unsheathed.
Mm-hmm.
Just looking at you, unfortunately.
You
was
didn't
able to
mage
spot
armor
you.
yourself.
That's okay. I don't need to mage armor myself. I'm not gonna be here very long.
You're gonna
For
pull a Lamia and
clarification, hold
die.
on. No. In order to shadow step, I'm booping it for clarification here. I'm pretty sure I don't even have to see the intended area. just FYI, I get to enter shadow, transports me along a coiling path of shadow to another area of shadow in range, and everything's dark, so I get to just pop up somewhere new.
Oh.
Shadow stuff to another dim or dark location. Ooh, interesting. Let me see if there's I would assume you'd still need line of sight.
I mean, maybe.
There's not a teleportation effect.
Right. It
Let me
is an
see.
illusion spell,
Yeah.
which is interesting.
Yeah, anything
It's saying
shadow
like
is
shadow
gonna
though, because it would be dark. That's the line of sight thing that I think
be.
bugs me on that.
It says dim
you know.
light or darker, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah, dim
Yeah,
light or
yeah.
darkness. Here we go. I'm looking at. Actually, let's do act afterwards. Oh yeah, that's right. It is very similar to Dimension Door. Yeah, I think you do have to have line of sight.
Okay.
Yeah. If it was teleportation
fair
effect,
enough.
you could go off memory, yeah. But
That's still easy enough to get out of here, I think, because I've got a lot of random tricks to not get hit in the face real fast.
do you answer at all, or are you just about to do something?
I'm just probably about to do something. That's gonna be my answer,
Okay.
to be perfectly honest.
Okay, so you're gonna take an action. Okay.
Yeah, that's probably what I'm gonna do.
There is a window in this room. It is shut. It is curtained, cut currently, but there is a window.
Okay. Well, yeah, I might just roll to that window basically and throw it open so I can teleport out of it.
Yeah, I'm just saying flashback to Hayethe campaign.
Dude, yeah, Ren just be like,
That's
bye.
before my
All the,
jumping out of the
anytime.
window.
He just was like, bye.
Okay, so that's the thing you're gonna do. Is you're gonna
Yeah.
battle
pretty
action
quickly.
roll to the window and try to throw it open.
Yeah. If
So you're actually gonna do a tumble, or are you just gonna move?
So I'm actually
Cartwheel.
going to darting duplicate to go over there so that I can fake her out with an illusion, and then basically just run over there.
Gotcha. Okay. Steps clumsily. Creature that threatens square sees a will save or make it. Okay, I got you.
Yeah, I'm gonna darting duplicate, get my butt out of there.
Okay. Okay, so first, it's a swift action, so it doesn't trigger.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm trying to think. She had a readied action.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't matter because it wasn't just immediately that. Actually, wait, no, it does count. Okay, so her readied action is she's gonna try to grab you.
Okay.
And it was for basically you start casting the spell even though it's a swift. Her
Mhm.
readied still goes.
Mhm.
So she's gonna try to grapple you real quick.
I'm sure she will do quite well.
It's not like her thing.
I have very low CMD.
Maybe it's her thing. She very quickly as you're like,
Yeah.
like you're casting the spell like lightning quick.
Yeah.
But she still manages to like grab a hold of your clothes and starts to like jerk you over like towards her, like very rough. And you still get to attempt to cast a spell, but I do need a concentration check, so just click concentration on it.
Yep.
It is a little harder to. Oh shit, that's really good. Okay, you keeping the 26?
I mean, I
Do
don't
it-
remember
do
the
luck,
math,
just
but
in
I'm gonna do
case.
luck. Yeah,
Yeah.
because I want to make
Yeah,
sure
it's
this
based
goes
on her
off.
CMD. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, her CMD. Oh, that was high.
Yeah, well, it doesn't matter. I think
28's
we
also
have a
high.
ton. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna make sure I'm not crazy. Grapple. 10 plus. Oh, it's 10 plus her CMB plus the spell level. Okay, that's still
Okay.
not bad. So 28. Your spell level is Yeah, that still beats it. All right, so
Yeah,
you're able
'cause
to
it's a
cast the
level
spell,
1 spell. Great.
which which means she still has to make the will save or take the. Okay, no. I can see how this works. All right, sweet. That's gonna be really confusing. That's gonna be really confusing. I feel like I have to give her a bonus to disbelieve this because she's literally got a hold of you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm only gonna give her +2
That's fair enough.
because I don't want to totally discredit the spell itself. I rolled really goddamn good.
Wouldn't have mattered.
Okay. So you cast that as a swift action.
Mhm.
So that dashes off. You see, like, her head snap that direction, and then she looks at you and sort of tilts her head. But you still have a stare and a move because you haven't actually done anything yet. You are grappled though, and you can cast a spell since that was a swift action spell.
Well,
just be
in
a
that
standard.
case, I guess I'm gonna just force punch her. You know, in stealth games, when you get
I'm
discovered
surprised
and
you
you
didn't
have a
use your
rocket
outfit when
launcher.
she touched you.
Yeah, I could have, but no. You know, yeah, but in stealth games, you have a rocket launcher, and it's like stealth is optional. And then the second anybody spots you, you go, "Too bad!" Boom. That's what just happened.
Oh, what a shame. I was doing a non-lethal playthrough. You're all getting knocked out.
Yeah, katana straight to the deck.
Give me the touch attack, please.
All right, here it goes.
Oh, that was pretty good.
That's a 17 on the die.
A 22 versus touch absolutely hits.
Yeah.
So,
Absolutely.
yeah.
Per level, maximum 10d4. Okay, well, yeah, that's just 10d4. And it already rolled 1, right? So I just rolled 9d4.
Yeah. Sheesh. Oh, shit. Sorry. Concentration again.
Oh,
Still
yes.
grappled.
That, of course.
Should just be able to click it on the
Concentration check.
spell.
And I
Total
will also
20?
roll luck on that. So 22. So
Total of 22. Force Punch is what level spell?
it is a 3rd level spell.
Too.
You fail to concentrate on the spell.
Damn.
Yep. 10 plus 11 plus 3.
That's 24, so.
So yeah, unfortunately you lose that spell. You still have a move, but you're grappled, so you can draw something.
I don't know
If
if
you
I
want to take
have
out a
anything
knife or
worth
something, I don't know.
picking up. So,
And of course you can still speak.
yeah. Nah. Don't have anything nice to say.
So you just
Don't say anything at all.
flail out a spell, fail out a spell, and then it's her turn. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I think we just end the session here.
Oh, that's a good cliffhanger.
Can we double check not double check. Is it possible for Rebrong and Lamia to hear the scuffle?
It hasn't even been a full 6 seconds.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's fine.
like none of the surprises happened yet, so that would be at the end of her turn.
As soon as she hits me again, and then I activate my cloak and slam her into a wall, you guys will hear, and then I'm gonna jump out a window.
Yeah, like you guys will likely hear at the end of this next round, but yeah.
That's the plan, anyways. Hopefully, it's smash her into a wall, grab the entire drawer the item is in, and then jump out the window. I'm not.
He's still the bedside table.
Yeah,
Get him.
I'm not doing anything. I'm taking the whole drawer out.
Well, it's oh shit, yeah, true. Like if you grab it, all of the shit. I was gonna say you can get line of sight through a window. So if it's open, you can do your other thing. But yeah, I guess we'll see. That went a lot worse than I thought it was gonna go.
That's all right.
That's funny though. But yeah,
And
we'll,
I didn't forget to mage armor. I thought about it, and I strategically chose not to in case there was some kind of detection for magic. I didn't want to trip it by going inside.
but we'll end it there for now.
Oh, it's a good place
Yeah.
to end it.
Thanks for
Well,
joining,
I
everyone.
promise you, all of her gear has been determined for forever. Like I didn't just add shit to her to make your life hell. It just is what it is.
She's not armored or anything though, right?
No,
because
she's not
she was
wearing
sleeping.
armor.
Yeah, so like that's a big plus in my favor personally. So
Unfortunately,
I'm not
she does have the
super worried
pokey
about
thing,
that.
so
Yeah.
that's
The what?
the pokey thing.
Yeah.
the
The slicey stabby sword.
Thank you, Wicked Mage, for the follow. Much appreciato.
Yeah.
Oh,
So,
oh yeah. Ellie
when
asked
the
for snails,
point
please. I do remember her redeeming that.
when I
Okay, I'll do that.
tell you guys that we have a Discord, and if you go into our Discord right now, into the junk drawer, you can learn all about the history of Cheese Whiz, because for some reason, the Cheese Whiz lore runs
Cheese
deep,
Whiz,
and that's
man.
the start of the session.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can check our Discord out for that. If you want more content from us, we also have a Patreon at patreon.com/unnatural_1s.
How much
More
is
stuff
it?
will be coming soon. It's just, you can get in for as low as $1 a month. You can always give us more. It helps keep the internet on and all that good stuff. We also post replays of all of our streams on YouTube on Mondays. So that's a great place to interact with us there. There's also some other cool content on there. Like we did intro to this campaign. We did a cool one-shot that was actually more like a 3-shot. We did some other stuff that was just like lore-wise videos that Keegan did about Hayethe. That was cool.
What about hanging out with us? Is that an option?
Yeah, there's a Patreon tier for that. It's crazy. You can hang out once a month. We do a hangout and usually watch bad movies.
Yeah, or play Jackbox or play something. We do stuff,
Yeah.
man. We be
Yeah.
doing shit.
We're not in a bad movie in a while, so
We should.
I think our next one is not this Saturday, but it's the one after. So you still have time.
I've got podcasts to record, but I was indisposed for a while and have been dealing with a lot of trying to get a new car because mine got broketed.
what'd you get?
I got a Volkswagen Tiguan, a 2019, with only 100,000 miles on it.
Nice.
Yeah, for
We could
a
have been Fit
reasonable
Bros.
price where I get to have some money left over.
Yeah.
Well, they sold the Fit that I was going to buy,
Oh, son of a
actually.
bitch.
I know. I called them that day, and they were like, oh, I just sold it like yesterday. And I was like, okay. So,
Names.
Yeah. Oh, well.
But yeah, that's those things. We also have a Stars and Wishes in our Discord. If you want to know how to get into our Discord, simply type !Discord in the chat and hit enter. It'll show you a Discord link, which is sick. So come join us over there, chit chat about stuff, learn the Cheese
and
Whiz
things,
lore,
too. Dude, it runs deep.
and
Runs deep.
talk about like Bluey or Pokemon or whatever. There's a bunch of channels.
Yeah. Look, I've been on a major Pokemon kick lately, so if you just mention a Pokemon's name, I've got like 80 things to say about it.
Which is not surprising. But otherwise, I will see some of you tomorrow over on Lost Initiative, where I play Mikhail in Scott Dalerich's world of Aurorum on the continent of Aeroth, where we just finished exploring an evil plant place. And we found a crown that I'm definitely going to wear.
Oh.
That sounds like
Yeah.
a terrible idea.
Bro, it is a headband of mental prowess +2 on wisdom and charisma. I want it so bad. But yeah, so
But is
yeah,
it
come check
Donkey
that
Kong?
out.
That's the
I
important
hope.
question.
Oh my god, dude. He
Grant's
made me
protection
freaking
for
roll
donkeys.
for the damn donkey's reflex save to not die at a thing, and I rolled a 2.
Ooh.
And it almost
The
died. And I was like, dude,
strike
if that
again.
fucking donkey died because I rolled it, like, I already don't get to live down the animal hate, even though I don't actually have any. Anyway, yeah, come check it out. It's a fun time. We play for a long-ass session. And then otherwise, come see us again on Tuesdays, same bat time, same bat channel, for more
Into the storm.
What?
All right. You guys, you want to know something cool, though? You know how usually
I'd
that's like
rather
the
eat.
sign off, and
Oh.
then we finish a raid, and like we let people get on with their night.
Yeah.
I hadn't been looking for anyone to raid, so
Oh.
we're still
Oh.
live.
We just get to be here.
Yeah, we're still live. So
Oh,
okay.
I'm looking at stuff.
I've been listening to a
we'll raid Blue.
Pokemon TTRPG live play called Unbeatable, and they made their own system, and it's kind of cool. And I want to look it up on their Patreon and do a tabletop tactics on it.
Ooh, nice.
Nice.
Yeah, that sounds dope. Hell yeah.
I made gumbo again, but I messed up the roux, so it turned out more like gumbo gravy.
Oh,
Like
yeah,
it
that'll
didn't.
happen.
Yeah.
All right, bye everybody.
It's thick.
Bye.
How many C's?
Too many.